judge Alex Lee, head linesman Andy Parker, umpire Anthony Forlisi, and the referee Dwayne Finlay. If we can have your attention for a special announcement. Recently, Pasadena City College lost an alumnus as 1955 football and baseball great Lewis Underwood passed away at the age of 89. Mr. Underwood is a member of the John Muir High School Hall of Fame and was an All-Western State Conference selection in both football and baseball while at PCC. He went on to play at Grambling State University, and he also was a longtime member of the Tournament of Roses Committee. A member of the visiting Golden West football team, number 0, Will McKissick, is the grandson of Mr. Underwood. At this time, we'd like to hold a moment of silence in the memory of PCC great Lewis Underwood. Thank you. Will everyone please rise as the PCC Marching Band honors America with our national anthem.
Hello and welcome everyone to tonight's Lancer Studio live stream production here at Robinson Stadium, where tonight the PCC Lancers, who are currently 3-2, are bringing in the currently undefeated number 2 ranked Golden West Rustlers. Before we get any further into this live stream production, let's go on field where Dominique Lopez is standing by with an interview with Coach Tucker of the PCC Lancers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dominique Lopez, and we are in for an exciting game tonight as we prepare for our 2025 homecoming game. Here with me now is Lancers head coach Robert Tucker.
Welcome. Good to have you.
Coach, you guys are coming off a huge win last game against Bakersfield. Can fans expect the same energy tonight?
Yeah, you know, we started a little bit slow against Bakersfield. We was 17-3 at halftime, and then, you know, I just love the confidence of our guys at halftime, and I think they truly believe in themselves. I think the one thing you're going to see about our team is that they're never going to give up. They're very resilient. They believe in themselves. They have confidence. So without a doubt, I just think they're going to bring great energy. And I mean, it's a big game. I mean, it's every game's big, but it's special. Number 1 team in SoCal. We're playing number 2 team in California. So they're excited for the opportunity.
Yeah, that leads to my next question. Your team often leads with slow starts, picking up pace and consistency further into the game. What have you done to change that?
Well, I think we emphasize starting fast, like in everything we do. It's like in a meeting, we're like, hey, we got to start fast. And it's really not like, and we talked a little bit about last game, but how do we start fast? And part of it's also catching to the speed. Like these guys this is a big fast team. prevent the big play, and really just be efficient. Don't get the ball done.
Well, I'm excited to see all of that happen. Thank you so much, Coach Tucker. And that's all from the sidelines. Back to you guys.
Okay, so what you just saw there was a recap of the last time we saw the Lancers here at Robinson Stadium. It was a great game. You and me, Lamar here, who was announcing with it. We saw that one. It was a great one. But looking at the standings, Pasadena currently stands at 4th in the Central Conference, while Golden West, the team that they're bringing into the stadium here tonight, is currently number 1, undefeated so far in the season. This game is about to get underway, but guys, what's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I would say this one is very evenly matched on everything except for the records. You know, you see the 5-0 record of Gold West, you think that they're just going to come in and dominate. But if you look further into the stats, you'll notice PCC and Golden West are very evenly matched when it comes to yards per game, yards allowed, points per game. They are a very evenly matched team, and today we'll really see what PCC is made of.
Yeah, that is true. And both these teams, as you see at the head-to-head against Bakersfield, Golden West scored 21 and only gave up 13, and Pasadena scored 45 with a 35-point third quarter. And so it's going to be a very interesting game to see here. You have two teams who the records may tell a different story, but I think are also very evenly matched, like you said, TJ.
Yeah, kickoff is about to get underway. We're about to go down. Just before, my name is Aaron Serrano. This is
TJ Collins.
I'm Oscar Zayas.
And we'll be here tonight. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Kickoff. Last time we saw the Lancers, Desi Valdez had a game that you will not forget for him. What a great game we saw at Lamar, where Desi Valdez had 2 touchdowns, one of them off a kick return. Right there, that one is going to go out of bounds. So the Lancers are going to start here with the ball.
The Lancers will start possession at the 25-yard line.
It's going to be at the 25-yard line to start for the Lancers.
Xavier Buckles.
And you see right there, let's see, that's the line, but we're hearing that Buckles is going to get the start. You know, earlier in the season, we saw that the Lancers kind of were playing around. Grizel had an injury to start off one of the games that we saw here. I think that was against Palomar. See what Buckles can do here for first snap of the game. Going to hand it off. And then a good run right there to the middle, but not going to find much.
That was a play for Triplett. There was a motion, and then they give it to Triplett, try to run it towards the side of Golden West, and overall, good stop by Golden West, stopping for about 2 yards.
Yeah, you see how the Lancers tried to overload with the pistol formation and get the motion over to try, kind of trick the defense into switching it up, but they decided to stay home right there.
See formation here looking like it's going to be a passer. Buckles, and got a little bit of a jump right there. No flags coming out. Buckles makes the pass. Nice grab right there by the sideline. Let's see who that's going to be. It's going to be number 1 for the Lancers.
To number 1.
That's Ethan Hubble right there for the first reception of the game for the Lancers.
Yeah,
that's going to be first down.
Yeah, it looks like one of the Rustlers or Golden West, it looks like they jumped off sides. That was going to be a free play.
Very smart and high IQ right there by Mickles there, or Buckles, sorry. Very smart to understand that you have a free play here, look towards the outside, because no matter what happens, the worst that can happen is you get the ball back.
After that quick reception by Hubbles, here goes Buckles again, passes it down into the center field, not going to find much, still trying to fight for it. And that's going to be going down. That's number 85, Javeri Mayberry.
And I'm not mad at that type of pass from PCC. It's good to see Mayberry getting involved very early. I mean, he is a very good deep threat target, so getting him early, getting him consistent catches, getting the feel of the ball early in the game, that's going to be important for PCC to stay in rhythm.
That's a big note that we have is Pasadena has been seeing a lot of long third downs, trying to avoid that here. 2nd and 8. See what Buckles can do here. Going to hand it off, and that's just going to be a quick tackle right there. With the handoff is Dom Ezianya. I was writing some notes about this. It's interesting to see how the Lancers are going to see the running back position. You know, we mentioned about it last week, Lamar, where when you have that run game, you open up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and something like I said last week is the Lions' approach to this that coach is taking. He's kind of like Ben Johnson and the coach of the Lions, and the way that he uses two different running backs, kind of how they use Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. So he has Triplet
right there. Triplet is going to be getting the handoff, and that's a nice little run right there. 2 cuts in, out towards the sideline, going to be pushed out near the 40-yard line.
That was a good run right there by Triplet, pushed out of bounds by number 8. That is Nigel Mills of Golden West. Overall, good cut right there to get to the sideline. Made a couple men miss, and good run right there from Triplet.
Yeah, I agree, Austin. That's the way to get outside and make a couple miss, you know. That's what you got to do. It's like when you get outside from your mom, you know, and you got to make sure you don't get back in the house at a certain time. Make a couple people miss and get up out of there.
Let's see, Triplet back there again. Buckles is going to go right to the well, hand it off, and not going to find much there. It's going to be a quick down, back around the line of scrimmage.
He's tackled by Cruz Wheeler.
So yeah, we've seen more that start. The Lancers have started to try to run more. They had that nice pass to Hubble, and then one down the middle, not going much, but so far trying to even it out.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the stats for Gold West, a big thing that they struggle in is their run defense. They give up almost 100 yards a game in the run defense alone. So if you can get that run started, it just makes the pass that much easier. And you see they're trying to go with some heavy blitzes, heavy movement up front to negate the rushing attempts. But
penalty on the play.
It looks like somebody jumped. It looked like Golden West jumped, and then a lineman jumped.
Offense, number 63.
And they gave it to Pasadena.
Yeah, right there we saw, my bad, Oscar, but we saw right there, Buckles trying to make someone jump and end up causing his own man to, and right there, Lancers going to get their first penalty of the game.
2nd and 15 for the Lancers from the 45.
Another handoff to Ezionye, not going to get far there.
I don't really understand the run play right there. I mean, you jumped, and right now, like you said earlier, Pasadena has had a lot of long third downs that they had to convert this season. And so just running it for a yard or two, even though Triplet got the big play up, and like you said earlier, TJ, how Golden West giving up over 100 yards per game rushing. I don't really understand the call right there, because it's good. Even if you get a good amount of yards, it's still going to be about a 3rd and medium.
So yeah, this is the struggle with the Lancers here. 3rd and 16. Buckles trying to find something here. Has receivers going, and that pocket collapses. Has to get out. Goes nowhere with that one. Goes down. That's going to bring up 4th and long for the Lancers. See what they do here.
Yeah, and that just comes off of like what you said, Oscar. Going for the run on 2nd down. I'm not too mad at it because I understand where they're coming from. I mean, coming off of the game of Bakersfield, they ran the ball so much that it was easy to get those 3rd downs and kind of trick the defense. But in a 3rd and 17, there is no tricks there. You got to pass the ball.
Here's that punt right there, and that one's going to be just fair caught around the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and you saw this even last year with the other running backs that Pasadena had. They used to run a lot on 2nd down, even with 2nd and long. And so it looks like they're going to continue their game plan from last year into this year.
Golden West starts possession at the 17.
I mean, it's easy to say that. I mean, they had great success last year. Coach coming off of a Coach of the Year season, you know, that they went undefeated, basically. Great success on PCC side, so you can see why they don't want to switch it up. But when you go up a conference, you go up some physicality levels, and I think that's what they're missing in that point of view.
Yeah, the Lancers going undefeated last year, as you said. Golden West trying to replicate that here. Lancers trying to put their first L in the books, but let's see what they do here. First snap by the quarterback of Golden West. Nice coverage downfield right there.
That was some tight coverage on the right receiver right there from the defensive back for the Pasadena, and caused a breakup right there. That's number 23 for Pasadena.
Yeah, they ran a slant concept there, but it looked like man on the outside, but the backers came back into kind of a midfield zone. So when as they're coming back, they're looking at the quarterback size. They see him shift towards the slant. Great play by PCC.
See, 2nd and 10. Here's the snap. Going to hand it off right down the well. Not going to find anything. Nice little stop by the line. That's something we did not see last time we saw the Lancers. That really struggled in the first half.
Yeah, Bakersfield was treating us like a treadmill the way they ran on us, but it looks like PCC is trying to fix it up here, come down with some heavy run defense, show that you cannot get this.
Nice start. That's something that I think the Lancers need to first try to find the run on offense and then find a way to stop it on defense right there. That's a nice little start for them. Waiting for the snap. Here is the offense. And going to go downfield, trying to find something. Has a man wide open, goes down the sidelines and gets a little tackle around the legs. That's number 4. That is Tanner Schmidt. Is able to make that long reception and put Golden West, or save them in that third and long situation.
Yeah, that was a great little kind of curl route comeback route from Schmidt, and a good throw by the quarterback as well.
Yeah, as a defensive back, third and long is honestly what you look for. You want to know that the offense is passing. So on that, he has to drive on the inside hip once he sees the ball thrown.
Here's another snap. It's going to be a handoff right there. PCC, nice little tackle right there.
Come on,
great way to stop him in the backfield.
Yeah, Tanner Schmidt right there, as you saw, caught the pass earlier, and now tries to run the ball. And good defense. Pasadena this year running a 3-4 defense instead of last year when they ran a 4-3 defense.
Kamakave Vo'ole is the quarterback for Golden West. It's a little bit of a long name, but we'll try to get him here. And so far, he's had a really nice throw. See him wearing number 7. Trying to find something. He's just going to take it right down the middle, and there's going to be a wide gap. Lancers unable to make a tackle, having to sandwich him between 2 men at the 40 and going to go down around in between the 40 and the 35.
In plays like that, when the quarterback is going to run it straight down the A gap, as a middle linebacker, you have to be the force. That is what you look for. A one-on-one hit with the quarterback, you got to make him feel it, got to make it count.
So yeah, you think you have him. You think that the pocket is collapsing, and he just finds a hole right there. When you have a quarterback with legs, able to find something. So Kamakave Vo'ole is back here. 1st and 10 for Golden West. Takes the snap, going to hand it off right away, and then the Lancers right there.
So we are seeing the Lancers come out with way better run defense than we saw against Bakersfield. But we did see the one long pass get away. Those you can fix. The things that you can fix are outside one-on-ones with the corner. You know, those are things that a corner can work on. You can fix. You can figure it out as the game goes on. But if the run defense isn't there, none of that even matters. So even seeing PCC with this run defense giving up that first down, this is still very promising.
Yeah, so 2nd and 6. PCC in their own territory trying to find a way to stop this Golden West offense on their first drive of the game. Number 2 gets the handoff and going to be stopped in the backfield right there. That's Kendrick Thomas for Golden West, and he's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, the blitzing linebacker for Pasadena on this 3-4 defense has been between London Gay and Ethan Bowser, and both of them are trying to set the edge as Bowser comes out and Gay goes in. And overall, great run defense, like you were saying earlier, TJ. Great run defense from Pasadena so far.
Yeah, seeing them come off the edge like that is a real – you want to see them coming off the edge. You want to see them getting back there. We saw him doing that at the end of the Bakersfield game. He went out with the injury but came back in with a different intensity. It seems like he's carried that into this game.
See what they do here. 3rd and 7. Golden West, 42% clip on 3rd downs. Trying to find it here, and that pocket is collapsing. The Lancers get around him, bring them down. That's a big stop right there for the Lancers, forcing 4th down right there. That's number 55 with the tackle.
That is Sione Suilaka, and that's a great job containing the very mobile quarterback. That was Gay coming off one side and Suiafa coming off the other side. And overall, they just sandwiched him, pancaked, and they took him down.
Yeah, the D-line did a great job of corralling the quarterback, not letting him find an outside spin move that he could get.
Here's the punt. It's going to be fair catch. Actually, it's going to go out the end zone. And so the Lancers have a nice little stop. That's what we did not see last time when they played Bakersfield. Finding that defense in the first half is important for this Lancer team.
Yeah, that's really good that they got this going in the first half. The defense, that's one thing that we've saw struggle. I mean, the 17-0 lead in the halftime from Bakersfield last week, that shows you all you need to know right there. The defense comes out a little flat, but then they come back and ramp up the amp. It's good to see that they're doing it from the first snap.
Yeah, that's been the story of the season. Slow starts, and they ramp it up towards the second half.
So let's see, this is going to be the second time we see this offense out on the field. You know, they're saying slow starts, trying to find quick play right here. See what Buckles has for him.
In the pistol formation.
It's going to be a handoff to Triplet and not going to go anywhere right there. Tries to push for some extra yards, might get back maybe 1.
And I'm not mad at these runs by PCC. I mean, they're essentially doing what Bakersfield almost did to us, beating you down from the line all the way back. It starts with the D-line. Every game is won in the trenches. So if you can get that D-line deteriorated, get them tired, then get on to the second level, it gets just way easier. Easier for the quarterback. He has more time. Easier for the running back. He can find easier holes. It just works out way better when you can get the trenches going.
So they've been trying to force that run game. Haven't found much yet, but if that can break through, let's see what they do. Here's Buckles, going to have to throw it here. Avoids a man, has a guy touch him, and then makes the pass. That's
a little Mahomey, don't you think? I mean, I think a nice little mini stiff arm and still getting the ball out. That's a little Patrick Mahomey,
You got it to Ada Wood right there. Was in the middle of the field, avoided one defender and just got it out there knowing he couldn't take a sack right here to make it another 3rd and long. It's about 3rd down and about 4 to go.
So now another 3rd down for the Lancers. So far 0-1 on 3rd downs in this one. Trying to find something. Buckles trying to get a stop, and then right there, see who they call it on. Looks like it's going to be a false start.
That's like a Dion Mitchell.
Yeah, and those those decoy claps, trying to get them to jump off sides, it's good when it almost works. It really did almost work that play. They identified the blitzer early. He didn't really know when the ball was going to be snapped, but 77 just couldn't hold his water. It got a little sloshy up in there.
That's the second false start, I believe, for Dion Mitchell.
So, those self-inflicted wounds right there, having a nice little try here at it, and now you just back yourself up. Trying to find something is Buckles. He makes the throw, has a man downfield at the 40-yard line. Who is that? That is number 8, Aiden Ward, goes back to him like he did the last play and saves that drive and extends it for the Lancers.
That was a great play. We saw this last game, that play-action rollout, That's why they've been trying to run the ball so much, run and show them that you're not scared to run the ball. Then as soon as it's 3rd down, they could maybe run the ball. They do a quick little sprint out, find somebody on the outside, find them on the sideline. Great throw right there to put it in between 2 defenders by Buckles.
So now 1st and 10 once again for the Lancers. It's going to be another pass play. Intercepted, 5-on-5 violence. And then Golden West is going to jump out ahead on this one.
That is
pick 6 right there by Drew Faulkner.
That is not what you want to see. I mean, he read that play like it was a coloring book, a Dr. Seuss. It was very obvious where he was going to go. I think the eyes of the quarterback just shifted just a little too quick. 5 on that film study. Plays like that, you have to make the block, because if you don't make the block, you see what happens.
That was a great, like you said, TJ, great play from Faulkner. And that's the first interception, the first turnover, really. That's not on downs. First turnover goes to the Lancers, and that was a great play, great pick 6. And let's see if they put it in.
And that kick is going to be good. So the Lancers are jumping out ahead on this one early.
Interception return for a touchdown. Number 5.
My bad wording is bad on my part, but Lancers going to be down 7-0 against Golden West here early. And this is something that we've seen with Golden West. One of the games I was reading about was when they played Bakersfield, because we were studying for that one for 2 weeks ago for the stream. But Golden West, they can capitalize on the turnovers. That's how they won that game against Bakersfield. And if this is going to be a close one here tonight, Pasadena cannot lose that turnover battle.
Yes, I'm very glad you brought up the turnovers, because Bakersfield would have won that game if they didn't have 2 costly fumbles at the end of the game, and then Gold West went and scored on those plays. So it's not just giving up the turnover and losing possession of the ball. It's giving the other team points and more time on the clock. Now PCC's down 7. This is a whole different game plan. You got to switch up what you're doing. The offense has to come back and give a rebuttal like a battle rapper.
Yeah, kickoff is going to be Mateo Zavala. He had kind of struggled, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, where he missed both extra point attempts.
Set to return, number 10, Noah Triplett, and number 31, Desi Valdez.
Hoping for some Valdez magic here, hopefully.
Yeah,
we know he's lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, we saw him. We should have had 2 touchdowns last time we saw him against Bakersfield. Had 1, but the other one got called back. Let's see what he can do here. Returning it, trying to find a hole, and he's not going to find much right there. Takes 3 guys to bring him down. Yeah, that's going to be Noah Triplett right there.
Now, the thing about Triplett is he is just such a physically demanding back that anytime he touches the ball, it's a loss for the defense, honestly. Unless they're getting negative yards, the punishment that he puts the defense through and having to tackle him, like you said, 3 people took him down to tackle him on that play. In every play you see him run, it's a gang of Golden West Rustlers on him. So it's not just 4 or 3 yards, just the physical toll that puts on the defense.
Here's the snap, and they're going to hand it off right there to Izionye, and he's going to find a hole.
Looks like he stretched a little bit to try to get some more yardage, and looks like they will call it a first down. Great run by Izionye, just making people miss and running through people and taking people.
Yeah, and that's partly what I've been talking about. The D-line's getting tired. I mean, y'all just got a pick 6, so you got no rest. You just got a pick 6. Now they switch backs who has fresh legs. I mean, it's just a recipe for disaster when it comes for that front 7. You see they brought a linebacker down this time, trying to come off the edge.
Here's what Buckles is going to do. Down 7, and right there, that run play is not going to go anywhere. Still fighting for it. Bunch of Rustlers needed to take him down, but you know, we were talking a lot about the run game, seeing how that is going to work out for the Lancers. Now it's it's a different position now that you're down. You're starting off down. How does that change how you're looking at the run game?
Well, luckily for them, it's still not too far into the game that they can still keep the run game alive and keep control of the clock. It is still about to be the end of the first quarter, but you still have a second quarter. You can still control the clock. You're only down 7, which honestly for PCC is a better scenario than they've been in sometimes. You can see them at times down 10, 13, 14 at this point. So it's still not adequate for PCC. I don't see anything changing too heavy.
Give me that.
See, here's the snap. Buckles not going to see anything right there. Having to back off, has 2 guys on him, just throws that one away. And so it's going to bring up 3rd and long. It's going to be 3rd and 11 here.
Yeah, that pressure from his side, his throwing side, just broke through right there and forced him to go back and back and back. And when he couldn't find a play, he just threw it past the line of scrimmage. So it should not be, and it will not be, an intentional grounding. And so right now it's going to be 3rd and long again, 3rd and 11.
Hurry on the play.
So the Lancers so far are 1-1 on 3rd downs in this game. You know, last time we saw that nice little throw to Aiden Wood. See what they can do here. Buckles and Triplett in the back.
Oh, they seen it heat.
And the snap right there. What went on with that play?
I think that's going to be a false start on the center. I think he thought he heard hike, and I think he threw it a little early.
I don't think this center came.
There we go. Jesus.
And also,
Fire to play, false start, offense, the entire right side and offensive line.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think the center can get an offsides penalty just because he has the ball, so that entire right side. So the center did miscommunicate. It seems like they probably had to go on 2. Yeah, you see he claps once, claps twice, and the ball doesn't come out on the second clap, and the entire offense is expecting that. Now, even though the center does have the ball and you have to go off of the ball, if the offense has a rhythm, you got to be on that.
Let's see, Buckles, that offensive line, 3 false start calls already in this game. And here's going to be the handoff. Triplett finds some room, but not going to be enough there.
Yeah, that was more of just to get the punt in a better position, it looked like. 3rd and forever. Don't risk throwing another interception. Just run the ball, see if Triplett can do something. If not, just bring the punt team out. Defense has been playing well. That's a smart decision by coach.
So yeah, that's the 3rd time we saw Pasadena so far. Pasadena has been held scoreless, not really seeing much besides that first drive. Here's going to be the nice little punt, and that's going to get caught around that 25-yard line first. Lancer misses the tackle, going to take him down around like the 27-yard line.
Yeah, it was Schmidt again. Looks like he's running, he's returning, he's receiving for Golden West. And right now the defense needs to bear down a little bit, because if it gets to a 14-point game, like you said, TJ, it's been a lot of coming back from behind, like 10, 13, 14, 17 like last week. So it's going to be very critical if they can if they can keep it as a 1-score 7-point game. It'll be very critical for them.
Yeah, and you can't expect Golden West to do the same thing that Bakersfield did. I mean, Bakersfield made a quarterback change in the second half. Most teams aren't going to do that. So you cannot go into this thinking, oh, well, we can be down 17 and come back.
Yeah, here's the handoff right there, and that's going to be a nice little leg tackle. And that, with the ball was Aaron Mitchell. He did not go far right there.
Now, I am loving what I see from the PCC defense, though. I mean, besides that one big play on the comeback route, other than that, they've honestly had no good plays, really. That was probably their best run so far, a 5-yard run, 2nd and 5. This is a great PCC defense we're seeing.
Kamikaze Voole here trying to wait for the snap. Going to hand it off once. They are going to fake the handoff. Faked me out too, and that one's going to be good for a first down. And he is still pushing through. What a force right there.
That was a great play by the wide receiver, number Will McKissick. And man, he just dragged some people, and it was honestly great play action from the quarterback and great overall.
Snap right here, Aaron Mitchell with the ball and going to be tackled right there. The Pasadena defense has been great so far, something that we did not see versus Bakersfield. Great at getting those stops in the backfield.
Yes, I would agree. I mean, that play right there was a testament of what can happen if you tackle him as soon as you get him. PCC is making great initial contact, but they are not wrapping up, as you saw in that big play by number 0 there. Wilcox or whatever. He went out and he just kept going. If you keep your feet turning and no one stops you, you're going to keep going. So somebody has to come in and take that out, and that's what happened against Bakersfield. We need to see it happen early today.
Right there, not going to find anything, just finds another hole right there, and whoa, big little tackle at the knees. Going to bring him down.
And that's what you want to do to that quarterback. You want to make the quarterback feel it every time he get out the pocket.
He's tackled by number 3, Coleman Morning.
Coleman Morning with the tackle. He leads the team in tackles. Great job by Morning to send him tonight.
I see what you did there, Oscar.
I like that one, Oscar. I like that one.
So 3rd and 4th here for Golden West.
This is going to be a big down for PCC.
Last time we saw the Lancers in this position, got a big sack. Let's see what they do here. It's going to be a fake, and he has a man break right through, and that one's going to be thrown away. Was it caught? Let's see what they're going to say. It was caught for an interception.
Come on, baby. That's how you go get it. That is great defense by PCC.
Great Bowser right there with the interception. I thought that one was going to go down for a sack. Tries to find a throwaway and gets caught right there.
Jason Ridley penetrated the offensive line. Here we go. He came in pretty much unblocked. Quarterback had to get it away. And Bowser with the diving interception, the linebacker. Great job. And it looks like they will get a playoff before this quarter is over.
What a play right there. You know, most people would have given up on the play. Bowser right there, heads up, sticking with it, and ends up coming away with the interception. Great position for PCC. Throw to Triplet. That one's just going to be skipped in the dirt.
PCC, they're trying to go back to their bread and butter. That's the first play that the offense scored on last game against Bakersfield. They threw out a nice little bubble screen to Triplet, let him go and get it. Now, on that defensive play, you are right, Austin. Insane. Same thing, Aaron. The pressure from number 44 to get into the interior, and then the awareness and the overall just passion for the game to go get that interception is insane. I mean, that's what you don't want to do as a quarterback, though. If you're about to get sacked, they always say don't take a sack, but the only thing worse than the sack is an interception. So you definitely don't want to do that. But shout out to PCC. We needed that one.
Yeah, the quarterback should have just tried to throw it away. He said he tried to force it to his receiver. It was slightly over or under through. He kind of threw it in between two receivers, and he threw it in that little twilight zone, and all of a sudden Bowser comes out of his shell and just absolute great interception right there.
On Saturday, October 25th at 5 p.m., 1 hour before PCC takes on Fullerton for the last home game of the season. Get ready to reconnect with old friends and make new memories at the Lancers Legacy Alumni. It's going to be a blast. Finger foods provided. Free entry to PCC football versus Fullerton College at 6 p.m. with RSVP. Just scan that QR code on the screen for more details. It's going to be a great game. Presuming that PCC can go on and win this game, the Fullerton game is going to have a lot of implication for playoffs and things of that nature on it. So that will be a great thing to attend.
Yes, it will. Let's see if Pasadena can run the ship and just run the table right here. Here it goes, Buckles with Enzioni in the backfield. Mayberry motion. Buckle is going to roll out. He's going to keep rolling out, looking downfield. He's going to throw it, and he's going to be caught by number 8. That is number 0. That is Josh Soto.
That's a great rollout, and I do like those rollout plays by PCC. I think you do need to mix it up just a tad bit. things like that can start getting read. You know, once you get into smaller fields, it gets harder to throw those passes. But all in all, they're making great decisions. Buckles is doing something that we saw late from him. Oh, flag on the play.
Let's see what the flag is going to be.
It looks like against the Lancers, possibly.
Moving. Offense, number 85. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
4th penalty we are seeing on the Lancers today. And so far, you know, Buckles is doing a good job. He's being able to make those passes. The only blemish on him so far was that interception by number 5.
Yeah, that's right. The pick 6 that currently is the only score of the game from Buckles. That was just honestly read perfectly. So that's the only blemish, as you said.
See, Buckles just has to throw that one away, goes in the dirt, not going anywhere.
Golden West is sending heat into that kitchen. I'm talking every stove is on, every oven, everything is on right now. It's hot in that kitchen. What PCC needs to do, what they've been trying to do is bring a max protection, bring that tight end in, but the tight end is what's getting you the holding calls. And the tight end is what's giving up the easy rushes for the outside. I mean, edge rushers love to go up against a tight end, someone who's not as strong, maybe be faster, but they can't block the level of offensive linemen can. So it's great defensive scheme by Golden West.
Yeah, that is what you said. And here's Buckles going to throw it out.
Shovel pass.
Got it to number 22. That is Tay Gibson. Great right there. Great little shovel pass.
And yeah, Tay Gibson. Tay Gibson was having a nice second half against Bakersfield. Once PCC started switching out running backs, he did have a nice second half, but that shovel pass is just too little too late.
Brings up a 4th down.
So another 4th down for the Lancers. They're just going to have to punt this one away. But right there again, we're seeing Pasadena's unable to try to string some plays together. So far, both teams actually have been struggling at that. Nice little tackle.
Yeah, both teams, like I said earlier, they only allow around 13 to 15 points a game, both teams. So this is going to be a defensive battle. That's why the pick by Buckles is such a big deal, because you don't know when your offense will score. You don't know when their offense will score. So taking care of the ball is a big deal. But I still don't think this is the end for PCC. I think their defense can still come out here and make a stand.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this one. 13:52 left in the second quarter.
Defense is head coach Tucker's specialty. That is his child. He was the DC, defensive coordinator, before he got named to be head coach.
Yeah, we've seen it. I know one of the craziest stat lines so far is Pasadena has not allowed any scoring in the third quarter. Right there, that handoff. Aaron Mitchell not going to find much, having to bounce off his own men. Ends up going to the ground right there. But as I was saying, third quarter, Pasadena has not allowed a single score throughout the season. That's just one of the craziest stat lines. And right here, you know, we were talking about it before. It's like, you can't bet on that. But it's just something interesting. They make the adjustments, and right here, we're just trying to wait on this offense to find them.
Well, I'll always bet on the PCC Lancers. I'll tell you that right now. I'll put the whole paycheck down on the Lancers. You know what I mean? Coach Tucker's been doing a great job with his scheming.
Big throw right there for the Lancers. With the reception is number 16.
And you see Golden West went back to those slant routes, but they just ran them a little deeper, trying to get behind the linebackers that way. That way you can clear it. It's an easier pass for the quarterback, and the wide receiver doesn't have to worry about getting his head taken off by the linebacker.
Number 16 is Joe Hagel.
Tackle by Greg Hidalgo. Rustlers ball
yeah,
to 29.
It's going to be very big to see what this defense can do. Let's see how they're going to hold the offense.
Snap. And trying to find it himself. He's been going down that well, trying to find his own holes and not going to find it there.
And yeah, number 9 came down with bad intentions. Not really came down. I'd say more came up because he was already on the D-line. But if you saw just at the end of that, they're giving the quarterback a little bit more collision. They're giving him some oomph. You know, you got to give some people some oomph out here. You can't let them just run around free. I watch. Tries to take the drive. He's going. He's wrapped up, and 9 comes down. He would have fell down a little soft, maybe a little hit on him. But 9 came down and made that hit really count. That's what we need from PCC.
Finding the rush again right there, and then Aaron Mitchell's going to find a little bit of running room. It's going to cut that third down into some more manageable distance, but another third down for these offenses. Before coming to this game, I already mentioned it before, but they're finding success on third downs at a 42% rate right here so far. Each team has had one success. See what they can do here. 3rd and 5, and it's going to see if we have...
Oh, they're going to do an audible. The cornerback on the left side, he was in a press technique and then bailed off of the fake snap there, so they're going to switch it up.
See, here's the fake, the handoff right there. Number 6 is going to come up with the catch, and then Pasadena saving.
Great tackle. Oh, my. That was
saving
a great
the down
tackle.
right there. And then number 6 is going to be Dom Thompson.
It looks like they're going to give him the first down.
Now, they may have gotten the first down on that, but he had to work for that first down. Forward progress, if that wasn't a thing, they're definitely not getting it. You like to see PCC rallying. I mean, stuff like that, short routes, you can't always guard them. Unless you're in the perfect cover 2 coverage, you can't always get to those. So you need to be able to rally, and that was a great showing that they will rally to those.
So yeah, definitely could have gone down for worse if the defense didn't rally right there. Here's the snap, another fake handoff. Trying to find something, has 2 guys coming in, and then going to get taken down right there, right around the line of scrimmage. So let's see how it goes down.
Yeah, that's Bowser right there, interception, and now a good stoppage right there. Only got a yard. Made sure that quarterback couldn't get the throw off or try to scramble for some more yardage. And right now this defense is, you can take a look at the replay. The line kept scrambling, moving, then all of a sudden Bowser came off his block and just absolutely laid the hammer.
Kamakaze Voole here with the snap, trying to find number 13 right there. Gets it. It's going to be 3rd and short here. Let's see where they spot him.
Yeah, and Golden West just ran a little tunnel screen there. Get the ball to your receiver, try to make him make some move with some linemen out there to block for him. I mean, that's a nice little pickup there off the tunnel screen. Nothing too crazy. Try to get underneath the defense right there. Smart play.
Daniels with the catch.
Yeah, that was like one of those plays that the college football computers run on the jailbreak screen where they have the linemen come up and the slant.
See, 3rd and short right here. They're going to hand it off. They're going to get it right there. Massive hole for Aaron Mitchell. Is going to find it. Well, that's going to be number 26.
First down carry.
Seems like everybody with number 26 want to act like Saquon Barkley now. I mean, we saw our running back do it himself, and now you see their running back do it. 26 must just be a special number.
Simmons right there with the handoff. I thought it was Aaron Mitchell because he's been the one that's in the back so far, but a little swap in.
Now you're seeing the Golden West get some momentum right here, you know. Lancers got to be the Grinch right now and go steal Christmas. They can't let them just keep doing this. They got to come and steal that Christmas.
Another handoff right here to Simmons, and he's just going to go straight down.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah, right now they're in field goal range for their kicker, even though he's been kind of inconsistent a little bit this year. He still can maybe make the field goal, so they don't want to risk not putting up points against this Lancer defense because, as you said earlier, TJ, both these teams are only allowing about 13 to 15 points a game. Every point is going to matter, as looks like a flag is out on the field.
A lot of flags today.
Here's a replay of the stoppage, and someone's helmet came off. Looks like the offensive lineman for...
There may have been a flag just to signal he has to come out of the game. If you lose your helmet, you can't come play the next play. You have to take a play off.
See, another fake handoff. Has a guy right there unable to make the tackle, and here's going to be the throw, and it's going to be into the end zone. No one there to make it, but nice way to try to save that play.
Yeah, very nice right there from the quarterback. There was pressure in there. Almost got sacked, avoided the sack. I believe that was Bowser in the backfield, and tried to make a miracle throw right there, and just he overthrew one receiver and he threw it too much to the right to the other one right there.
Yeah, and what we're seeing from Mr. I'm gonna call him Kamikaze because he out here throwing bombs. So Mr. Kamikaze, he's really trying to make a play out of nothing. He keeps going, but you know he can't do much if everybody's locked up. Even if you keep making time, it wasn't way before him.
All right, and another flag, a whistle. It looks like they're signaling something.
Golden West, first charge, timeout.
Looks like Golden West will take their first charge timeout of the half. They have 2 remaining, as looks like maybe a play call got mixed up where they want to change the play.
Yeah, another 3rd down here for Golden West. But now in Pasadena's territory, just trying to find a way to extend this drive. You know, you mentioned they want to get some points on the board versus this Lancer defense.
Lancers return home.
Currently, right now, there's the PCC Golf Tournament. So, all right, sports fans, here's your chance to support the incredible PCC Lancers baseball program and have a great time doing it on Friday, November 14th at the beautiful San Dimas Canyon Golf Course. It's a shotgun start with lunch and a hat included. Hit the QR code like you would hit that pitching wedge from 100 yards out and support PCC baseball.
Shout out to the baseball golf tournament, you know. Anyone know? Y'all know what a shotgun start means? Do y'all know what that means?
You want to explain?
I'm asking y'all. I have no idea.
I was like, if you're coming in with information. See Oscar's on the Google search.
I got a lot of information about stuff. Shotgun start is not one of them.
A tournament format where multiple groups of players simultaneously tee off from different holes on the course. It's like a free-for-all.
Do you, boo-boo?
Let's see, free-for-all on offense right here for Golden West. Trying to find something. He's on his own. And gets taken. His ball comes out right there. It is a fumble. Golden West fumbles the ball away. Pasadena gets on it. That is number 7 who comes away with it.
Come on,
That's going to be
number 7. That is Ivan Can. And that was a big hit, big fumble. And it looks like they went one too many times with the quarterback. And this time he got hit really hard. Here's a replay
those are the tolls of the hits I was talking about. You can only take so many hits before your body. That's a perfect hit right there. Crown of the head hits the football. That is textbook. You want the crown of the head to hit the football every time because things like that will happen.
That was number 3. That was Coleman Morning. Hit him so hard. He dropped the ball. He went night-night again.
whistles right there. See, Pasadena's back on offense after that fumble. False start again. That is the 4th false start on Pasadena.
That is Raymond Marshall, the sophomore offensive lineman out of Pasadena.
And I don't know if that was honestly a false start. It looked like everybody was set even after the motions and things. Honestly, it looked like the ref just wasn't ready yet. And when the ball was snapped, he's like, whoa, hold on, y'all. Y'all got to wait for me. But for PCC, that's just another shot in the foot. You got to watch out for those. You can't be your own biggest enemy.
Yeah, self-inflicted wounds so far is the story of this first half for Pasadena. 1st and 15. Buckles trying to find something under snap. Here's the pass.
Woo!
He's going to find a man right there near the sticks. Going to get down. Let's see where they mark him. It's just going to be just short of the first down.
That looks like number 84.
Number 81, Cam Mitchell.
No, that is number 81. That is Cam Mitchell. Great route right there. Mitchell comes into the game and here's a replay of the throw from Buckles. Great job. He beat his man and he almost shook him off.
That handoff not going to go anywhere. That looks like that's Noah Triplett on the ground.
And now this is more of what PCC wants. They want 3rd and manageable. The big problem with PCC, we saw the one time that they actually had it under 3rd and 12, they got the first down. But anytime it's been 3rd and 12, 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15, those are just almost impossible scenarios to get the first out of because you have to pass the ball and the defense knows that. Now they're in a position where they can run, pass. The options are not endless, but it's a little mo.
3rd and 4th right here. This is the money down, trying to find something. Buckles takes it, going to try to find something downfield. Has the catch right there, going to get a first down. That is Noah Triplett.
And he got rocked at the end of that play by number 23, Mason Driffle. And that was a good first down. Little kind of came out, got it to, and then Buckles got it to Triplett.
Yeah, nice little flat route coming out of the backfield. Great way to stay on his feet. The hit, honestly, I'm not too mad at. I called him Cam Scatterboo. He probably didn't even feel that. I think he's going to come back the next time he in and deliver that hit back tenfold.
Pasadena getting right back in it. 1st and 10 now, trying to just make it through this Golden West defense. Here's the quick throw out to number 19. He's going to miss the first tackle. They're going to get taken down, thrown away by number 8 of Golden West.
And they went back to kind of sort of that screen play format. Instead of having him come behind the line immediately, they kind of ran a curl route and had a pick route in front of it that his only block was essentially get in the way of somebody else. That was his only goal. He didn't really have a route there. I like that from PCC. It's still the same concept of the screen, but you're getting it further down the field, making it harder for the defense to read it and get a pick 6.
Jag Richer right there with the catch. And here is the handoff to Noah Triplett. Finds a little bit of a lane. Actually, that's not going to be Noah Triplett. That's going to be Dom Ezione. He was Noah Triplett right there next to him. And if anyone is paying attention, the Dodgers just walked off the Philadelphia Phillies. They're going to go to the NLCS. If anyone's paying attention to that, I know you guys are all locked in right here on Lancer football, but That is massive. Everyone's going happy here at Robinson Stadium.
He had an 11-inning walk-off right there for the Dodgers. Look, it was a little tapper back to the pitcher, and they just threw it away. And so the Dodgers will, like you said, move on. And it looks like there's going to be a flag on the play.
Start, go for it. Ooh, almost. Smart play right there by PCC. They're getting them offsides as long as this is a phrase that they used to say. I don't know if they still say, but you got to hold your water, you know. When you're in the trenches, when you're in on the outside, you got to be able to hold your water and stand your ground no matter how much what the defense moves, motions, whatever. You got to be staying put until that ball is snapped. PCC, besides those couple of penalties, they've been doing a great job of that tonight. Almost all of their snaps have been going off of two or a fake snap. So,
yeah, and that's the first accepted penalty for pass that pass. That's the first accepted penalty for Golden West. They've jumped themselves twice in this game. The first one didn't count because Pasadena got the first down.
See right here, Grizel now trying to make it into Golden West territory. Going to fake the handoff right there. Quick little throw, not going to have his man.
Good. Oh, he got him. Oh, he got his man. I'm going to tell you how he got his man. That was a beautiful route and pass combo. The outside, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to, I might have lost the words. That was a great pass. He anticipated the out route there. And I saw him looking towards number 10, or number 18, sorry, or 19, and I was like, how is he going to, it looked like he almost throwing a go route the way he set his body up and was about to throw it, but he threw the out route before the break. That is QB 101. Get the ball out of your hands, and that is a great catch by number 18, getting his feet set. That 10 out of 10 by PCC.
Number 19, Jag Richer. Couldn't even see him. Monitor blocking my view, but what a catch right there. Oh, dangerous. Missed throw right there to number 85. That is going to be Javeri Mayberry.
Yeah, that one went right over him. Couldn't haul it in with the 6'4", with his 6'4" frame right there. That one bounced off his fingers. That could have very easily been intercepted by number 8, Mills. He could have had his second interception. That ball didn't go back as far as it did when it bounced off Mayberry's hands. So very lucky. Now Pasadena needs to capitalize on this turnover.
See, here's the handoff right there to Ezeonye. Not going to find much. And you know, they are trying to capitalize, trying to put a drive together. Let's see. They're going to say it's just short. It brings up 4th down.
Right now, it's forced in a it's fourth in a cornhole toss. You know what I mean? It's not that far. It looks like they might go with the tush push
right here.
Oh no!
Looks like it's going to be a timeout called by Pasadena.
Yeah, they were quick timing that one, trying to get it off immediately. Coach Tucker saying, let's take a break, pause on that. So Pasadena, they're set up. They're getting downfield. 4th down here, though.
And if I'm Pasadena, you got to go for it right here. You cannot punt on 4th and 1. You got to stand your ground. What I would do, I'm coming to the line. I'm going through my fake snaps. I'm going to try to get them to jump off sides, making sure everybody on my line stays put. If that doesn't work, you got to give that ball to Triplett. You got to give that ball to the running backs.
Yeah, but while they burn their timeout, as we take a look at the upcoming schedule.
Yep, upcoming, we got some nice athletic events here at PCC. Friday, October 10th, we got women's water polo, 3:15 at Ventura College against the Pirates. Arr! And again, Friday, October 10th, men's soccer. They're ranked number 8 in the state right now. They play at 4 p.m. at Robinson Stadium against the East LA Huskies. Also on Friday, women's volleyball ranked 8th in the state, 6 p.m. at East LA. Friday, October 10th, women's soccer ranked 10th in the state, 6:30 at Robinson Stadium. And on the 14th, men's soccer will be here at Robinson once again, taking on El Camino.
So yeah, lots of good action going around for Pasadena. Their sports teams, definitely an interesting one to keep out an eye for. And let's see right here, Buckles trying to go for 4th and 1 right here. This is massive for PCC early on in this one, and he's gonna what happened there?
But it looks like Ezeonye gets the first down. Number 68 of Golden West loses his helmet. That is
to go out for a play.
That is Dallin Suwani, one of the defensive linemen. Here it is. Yeah, he just ran through. He got blocked.
The helmet completely changed my view of this. I did not know what that was.
At first I thought it was the ball that got fumbled, but it wasn't apparently. And right now the ref making sure, and now the play clock is going to start running.
Okay, that one's going to look way cleaner on paper when it's written down, but after that, Lancers convert on 4th down. Here's 1st and 10. Buckles makes the throw. Nice little catch right there, and trying to find some yards. Not going to get any further. and that is number 19, Jag Richer. We keep calling his name so far tonight. Great performance so far early on in this one.
And I'm loving the decision-making by PCC Buckles. He is really just giving what the defense takes him, not forcing anything, taking the short routes, trusting his receivers to go make yards after the catch. That is a smart play by the quarterback after throwing a pick 6. Triplet.
Triplet finds some yards there. Not going to get far, but nice little start run on first down.
So far, currently, rushing yards for both teams.
2-yard carry.
42 for the Lancers and 66 from Golden West. And right now, with 2 yards to go, let's see if the Lancers will again do another run play. We'll try to get tricky with it and get a short pass up, another 4th down, or even get the first.
Just under 3 minutes left in this one. Pasadena with a great drive so far. Noah Triplet.
So smart, so smart.
Oh, what to the wall. Jag Richer with the touchdown. We're going to see a replay of that one. What a play right there. I have no clue what happened. Jag Richer comes away with the score. That's going to be number 13,
right
Xavier Buckles.
That read option was insane.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'll tell you what happened. It was a read option to Triplet. The defense bit really hard. They bit so hard. Buckles kept it, ran through. There was a gap that opened up. He ran through it. He turned on the afterburners, unhitched the wagon, and got home.
Yeah, Buckles taking his belt off right now, just beating on the defense with that nice passing, and they ended it off with the run. That is a great drive by Buckles. That is what you want to see from PCC out of your offense. After your defense comes in, they get stops. You want to see your offense capitalize.
So 7-7 here. It's all knotted up so far in the first half. That play, you said that the defense just completely bit on it. I did as well. Lost my sight on that one.
Yeah, that was smart. Really, look at him hold it there. He's very patient in the handoff. Hold it now. Really smart. He waited till 7, changed his eyesight, and then that's a big number 0 right there. That's on the D-line. That's a big boy, but that is a great run. Great vision. 10 out of 10 by Buckles. That is what you want to see out of your starting quarterback. After throwing an interception in one of his first drives, he's come back. He's made smart plays time after time, taking what the defense gives him. Great play by Buckles.
Overall, good drive by the Lancers. We're backed up for a bit, and then just kept on driving and driving, showing resilience, and eventually got the score, knotted up at 7. With the kickoff, that is Ryan Chen kicking off.
So this one brand new ball game. Still under 3 minutes left in this first half. Pasadena finds a way to tie it before going into the break. So we're going to see Golden West come out one more time.
Please reset the play clock to 25 seconds.
Just like
25 seconds on the play clock.
play clock going to get reset. 25.
Pretty odd to reset the play clock on a kickoff, but
let's see where Chen decides to kick it off.
Kick is up, and it's going to be a high one. It's going to be caught around the 15-yard line. Trying to find a lane, not going to find much out towards the away sideline.
Yeah, that was returned by number 2 for Golden West. That is Kendrick Thomas, I believe. You see, Golden West has 2 number 2s, so it's either Kendrick Thomas or Rob Andrus, the defensive back. But I believe that was Thomas, the running back, who took that one. As he is coming onto the field right now. Golden West, after giving up a long, hard, physical drive, this offense should be rested. Try to go against this Lancer defense to see where they decide to pull out. Will they go with the pass or will they go with the run? We're about to find out.
I think it goes both ways. This defense tries to put on some pressure, not going to find it there, as that's going to go down for a 5-yard pickup or more for Golden West. But, you know, you mentioned that the offense is going to be rested. That defense, they've also got a little bit of a break.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say, well, both sides actually got a break. Now, this is a big turning point. What you will see right now is either PCC saying we're taking over this game, or you will see Golden West say we're not done. Out of this, both teams saw, PCC saw their offense dominate. Golden West saw their defense get dismantled. You have to step up for your team right now. We're going to see who steps to the plate.
Second and third, here's the pass, tries to find it, has a man right over the middle. That's going to be taken down. That's a massive play right there for Golden West. Number 14, Aiden Goodwill wide open.
Both these defenses play a little differently. You see a lot of blitzing and bringing the extra man from Golden West, and you see a lot of 4-man rush with a linebacker for Pasadena right there. And overall, that's how these two defenses are playing right now, and that was a really good play from Goodwill to get the open and get the big yardage.
So that's going to be the 2-minute warning. Pasadena and Golden West are all tied up at 7.
Yeah, I don't think this is the type of game I honestly thought we would see. I mean, like I said, both teams average, only allowing opponents to get like 13 points. So 7 points in a quarter is a really good start for both teams. I mean, you can't tell anything this early, but what you can tell is PCC don't care nothing about that record. They coming in here trying to make it 5-1.
Yeah, Pasadena right now, you know, they're facing the number 2 in the, I believe it was number 2 in the state.
Yeah, they're number 2 in the state right now.
And they're kind of like the underdogs here at home. They're trying to show them that, hey, we might be the underdogs, but we will beat you. We will beat you into the ground. We will give you that first blemish on your record. And so far they are proving to be one tough task for Golden West, for these Rustlers to try to get rid of. Trying to shoot their shot, but the Lancers are not backing down in phalanx formation.
Yeah, Rustlers, though, had a massive play right there before that 2-minute warning. So let's see what Golden West is able to do. Great position right here, just trying to get some points on the board before the half, and finds a hole right there, going to get some yards. Say so far, just from the naked eye view, going to be around like 5 yards on that one.
Golden West is probably going to try to keep this ball on the ground, not make too much mistakes, get the ball in the field goal range, try to go up 10-0 at half. I mean, that's the smart thing to do here. Not try to go too far either way, because we've seen both teams make mistakes. I mean, Golden West had a fumble, Pasadena had an interception. Both led to points for the other team, so you have to be smart with the football.
See, going to be a handoff right there, and that's just great little spin move right there. I see, TJ, you're hyped up for that one.
Man, it's just something about when I see the big boy go crazy in the trenches, you know what I mean? I just love seeing the big man go crazy in the trenches. He took on his lead blocker, swim moved him, or sorry, not swim moved, just pass swept him off real quick, and then really made sure the running back felt the contact on the run. That is that is perfect right there. You really need to do that. Make sure everybody's feeling contact.
See here, 3rd down, has the pass right over. What a dangerous pass right there, but made it look clean and smooth. That's number 4 with the catch. That's going to be Tanner Schmidt once again. 1st down for Golden West.
Wow, instead of going with the run, they decided to pass it right there.
In the red zone, this is where Golden West has been dangerous. 82% touchdown ratio in the red zone. Tries to find it there. And did he make that catch? Right, he was in the end zone, had to come out of it to get the catch, gets it around the 2-yard line. Golden West, what a play right there.
Now that may look like it was almost a touchdown, but the defensive backs did a great job. All of this moving, nobody's open. That's why he's having to move around. That's why he's having to do all this, because no one's open. Now let's look at great play by the defense. That was out of bounds. His front foot that landed first went out of bounds. But great play by the DB. I mean, you just got to get in a spot that makes it almost impossible to catch the ball, and that's exactly what he did.
In college, you got to have 1 foot in bounds for it to be ruled to catch, and that's what he did, and that's going to be
a touchdown. Let's see. Touchdown for Golden West. Goes straight to the run game.
Touchdown run by number 2.
And that's going to be number 2, Kendrick Thomas. Golden West up ahead now, 13-7 against the Pasadena Lancers, and that drive, you said that this drive was humongous.
It is.
For Golden West, and they responded right there.
Yeah, they did. I mean, the offense, they did get a break, but I mean, seeing your defense do bad is not a good thing for your offense, but they really flipped the script, came in here and changed it. I still don't think, my prediction still doesn't change for the Lancers. I still can see them coming out on top of this. This is well in their range of adversity. I mean, only down 7, there's still 34 seconds left. We've seen what PCC can do with 34 seconds, so I'm still not even saying this game is close to over.
14-7, so we're going to see the Lancers. They're just going to try to find some way to get some points on the board before this halftime.
Yeah, I was surprised when Coach Robert didn't call a timeout in between the second and the first and second down, because that let about 30 seconds run off the clock right there. I thought he would try to use a timeout to maybe try to stop the clock and maybe try to be aggressive and maybe get this ball back. But instead, he let the time tick down, and yeah, now he has 2 timeouts, but all of a sudden it's like 30 seconds, which means it's not even 2-minute drill. It's like 1-minute drill. try to make something out of nothing happen. Let's see what the Lancers will have.
Well, I think I understand what he was trying to do. As a head coach, you want to, you want the clock to drain down in that type of scenario. They're on the goal line. You don't want them to have as much time as they can to figure out and scheme against you. So, I mean, besides that, if that big play doesn't happen, you're probably looking at a 7-10 ball game going into halftime. But, I mean, great catch by the receiver. No defense for the perfect catch. I mean, it's just an unfortunate scenario for PCC.
Let's see if Desi Valdez can do it again.
So let's see what Pasadena is going to have to respond. They have 34 seconds minus whatever this kickoff is going to take. We should see the kick right here.
Now, Valdez is no stranger to getting to that house, you know what I mean? He's ready to take it to the crib.
Here's the kick. That one is up. That's going to be caught just short of the end zone. Here is the run back. Finds a hole right there and going to put Pasadena in some great position. That's Noah Triplett. Talking about Desi Valdez. So far, we have not been seeing him in this one, but right there.
Yeah, they're scheming away from him. I mean, every kickoff is going away from him. Every pass is being thrown on the opposite side of the field from him. I mean, they saw last game. He is a force of nature. He can change the game by himself, and the best way to do that is to completely get him out of the game, and that's what Golden West is trying to do and doing at this moment.
So we got Buckles and Triplett in the backfield. 29 seconds left on the clock. That one's going to be a run play, and big run right there by Noah Triplett. He's going to get taken down at the 48-yard line. Pasadena is going to take the quick timeout. 23 seconds. That's exactly what you needed right there.
That is exactly what you needed. I mean, now you're in a position, 23 seconds, you can probably get around, you can maybe get around 3 plays off in that time. I think you can go for try to get a deep bomb, kind of like Golden West did. They went for that deep bomb real quick. That doesn't take off too much time. And then maybe try to get a couple of runs, get it closer for field goal range, because the best you really want to go into this 14-10 game. But PCC, that was a great run by Triplett. First play, getting a big gain of yards, still letting them get that timeout. They can still throw a deep bomb. You know, if it's incomplete, it still stops the clock. If it's complete, it gets them yards. They still have one more timeout. This is a great scenario for PCC.
Yeah, Triplett looking like a Jin Cherokee with the beast inside him. First the kickoff, and then with that big run right there to put them over midfield right there.
Yeah, I mean, the Giants are up right now on the Eagles. I think Cam Scatterbo been watching some Triplett tape, if you ask me. That's what I think is going on.
You know, he was the I'm trying to find the saying where he was the one that was taught by you always describe him to Scatterbo. And Scatterbo now, he sees how good he's come out.
Oh, yeah, man. He's watching teach tape on him right now. Scatterbo is probably in the locker room watching our live stream, seeing what Triplett's doing right now.
See, here's that Buckles is going to try to take the throw out to number 9. It's going to be caught, or it's going to be number 5.
Maddox Pateski right there, returning player along with Richer from last year's championship-winning squad, and that's going to cause a timeout.
They're going to use that third and final timeout. So Pasadena not going to have anything left for a potential field goal.
Yeah, I would have. I mean, I see the vision there. Try to get your out route out of bounds. Stop the clock, save your timeout. But that was a great play by the DB to be aware to keep them in bounds, keep the clock running. I would have liked to see a one-on-one shot on one of the receivers downfield. I mean, they have their safeties back, but I mean, you can spread that field right now. We have 3 great outside receivers, and then not to mention that we have a tight end who's 6'4". So I would like to see somebody get tested here. And I know you did throw an interception, but you can't let that stifle your play calling anymore.
Yeah, Golden West bringing a lot of pressure still, even on the second down with no timeouts. I believe they are going to be aggressive, maybe try to force a bad throw. And even with that, even if they do bring the blitz, maybe a receiver like Wood, Mateski, or Richer can just break away, and all of a sudden they're getting close to the out-of-bounds territory. Maybe then you can if they don't get out of bounds, you can maybe spike it if you're fast enough, or if they do get out of bounds, you can kick it right there.
Yeah, we're going to see if they are going to try to go for a field goal. All that action is going to be around the sidelines trying to stop the clock if they make a catch.
Look how deep those safeties are getting. Look at that. Look how – ooh, that is a
false start right there. And that one, he heard the shot way too early on that one. 5-yard penalty on Pasadena.
They said they called it on number 0, which is Josh Soto. I saw Hubble move.
Correction, second down.
I saw Hubble.
Somebody's getting yelled at the film room. That's all I know right now.
that is the 5th, I believe, false start of the day for the Lancers. So they're a little jumpy facing the Golden West. You know, maybe the feeling of, you know, we're going against an undefeated team maybe has them a little jumpy right now.
Yeah, no matter who it was, it's going to be a 5-yard loss for Pasadena. Buckles needs to find something here with the clock going down. Throws it. That was a dangerous pass right there. Number 1 was the intended target for Ethan Hubble right there.
If Hubble catches that, that's a great redemption right there. Listen, that's number 8 on him. That is a Nigel Mills. And that is now the 2nd potential interception he could have gotten. So Nigel could have 3 on him right now. And
you would like to see Hubble make not more of an effort, but kind of lay out for that ball. I mean, it was a little out of reach, and it could have possibly been an interception, but you got to go get those. In a moment like this, 10 seconds left in the second quarter, you're down 7. A catch right there, that gets you almost in the field goal range. Or actually, yeah, in the field goal range. I think our kicker can kick that.
So Pasadena has a
heavy blitz.
It's right here, and that pass not going to go anywhere. It's going to be 7 seconds.
Yeah.
The question here, do you run a play? Do you run a play here?
You have no choice. I mean, ball was down, so I might just run the ball out. You know, I'm not going to try to throw the ball. I might not even punt it here because I don't want to give them a chance to get the ball. So, yeah, you see Golden West going down and almost in a prevent kind of state. If I'm PCC, I'm just going to run this out. I'm not going to try to do anything too fancy. Don't want to throw an interception. Definitely not a pick 6. That would be terrible.
You know what to say about prevent defense? Prevent defense prevents you from winning. So maybe do take a shot here. Maybe they get careless. And
let's see here. They're going to try to find something. It's going to be big throw right here by Buckles. 3 men on it. It's going to be an interception. Let's see on the return. This is what we were worrying about. Let's see if he gets taken down. Trying to find it out around the 50. Could have been dangerous right there, but wipe it away.
I'm running that ball right there. Keep your confidence in your quarterback up.
That was number 73. That is a Gabe Ambrose with the out-of-bounds tackle right there for Pasadena. Overall, really good to make sure that, yes, even though there was an interception, it was just a Hail Mary right there. They tried it, it didn't work, and at least it did not come back to bite them for points.
Yeah, so currently we're going into halftime right here. Pasadena is going to be down by 7. That last play definitely was a dangerous one right there.
Yeah, it was dangerous, but sometimes Pasadena needs to toe the line between dangerous and reckless, and that's what they've been doing all season long. They've been towing that line, and right there, they towed it, and they almost got burned right there. That could have been very reckless if that actually comes back to score, and it's 21-7 instead of 14-7 at halftime, but that does not happen. So Pasadena gets lucky. I believe they will have the ball coming out of the second half, and so let's see what the offense decides to do right there.
So Pasadena got the ball to start the game. So it's going to be Golden West that's going to start with it in the second half, but it's going to be definitely interesting to see what you do here. It's been a close affair. Something like, you know, on the textbook, it looks like Golden West would have been. Are we going to go down for an interview here?
No.
See, are we still going to be waiting on the interview? We'll see when that gets going. But as we wait here,
yeah,
it's just definitely been a close
This
one.
team from PCC, this is what you want to see from PCC. Going against the number 1 team in the conference, going against the number 2 team in the state, you have to be able to hold your own, and that's exactly what they're doing. Even though they're down on the scoreboard, this is a very good thing for PCC. They have been down way worse than this to way worse opponents. So this is honestly a big booster and a big morale thing when you go into the locker room saying, hey, this is a team that we know we can be 17-0. We've come back before. We can do this.
Yeah, that is true right there for Pasadena. They've been down. They were down, I believe, 14 actually at halftime in the beginning. I guess they were, I forget the opponent. It was the first home game of the season, though.
That was Saddleback.
It was Saddleback, who they usually play for scrimmage. And they were down, and they almost actually came back to win that game. Unfortunately, untimely injury from Grizzle, and then Buckles came in, and the gas just ran out for Pasadena right there. But this team has shown a lot of fight. They're never out of a game. Like you guys recalled last week's game, that was a 35-point third quarter. So this team's never out of it. We'll see how the defense responds to Golden West, you know, after, you know, that 2-minute drive where they just marched down the field and scored a touchdown. So it's going to be real telling how the second half is going to go based on the first drive of the half.
Yeah, so PCC has been great with those second half adjustments. Right here, they're going to need some. We've been seeing false starts time and time again in pivotal points. Just try to see how they make those adjustments. On defense, so far that defense has been looking great.
Yeah.
That last drive was the only one that you would take away from them.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I mean, on defense, not much is need to be made change-wise. I mean, they're out here, they're getting good pressure, they're getting good coverage, they're getting stops on runs. The main thing that's getting them is the QB contain. It's hard to contain the QB and be in coverage at the same time. So that's really the main thing that's getting them. But you see them getting to the offensive, or you see them getting to the quarterback, and that's hurting him, making it harder for him to pass, making it harder for him to stay in the pocket. Same thing that's happening with PCC. The way they're blitzing us, and it's hard for us to get the ball off. That's kind of what we need to be doing to Golden to get the pressure and the intensity that we want.
So yeah, there's definitely a lot more to go on with this game. It's halftime for now, so it's time to take a break. We're going to still be here after the halftime. You know, it's been a great one. Let's see how Pasadena makes these changes and see if they can come away with the win against Golden West here tonight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Pasadena City College Music Department is proud to present for your homecoming halftime entertainment the tradition of excellence, the Pasadena City College Lancer Marching Band and Color Guard. The Lancer Marching Band is sponsored by the Performing and Communication Arts Division of Pasadena City College, PCC Gymnasiums, and uniforms, yellow drum, silver, cymbals, ribbons, drumheads, innovative percussion sticks and melody. Tonight, under the field command of Drum Major Orlando Garcia, the Lancer Marching Band is teasing you with another portion of this year's field show called Legends That Live Forever. Our first legend led his group to numerous top 10 hits, including 3 #1 songs in the United States alone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2025 Lancer Marching Band with Queen. Released in 1980, our next legend was known for our next song, but the tune never made it into the top 100 until Ozzy Osbourne passed earlier this year. Here's Crazy Train. ex-legend was 12 years old the day after this song was released, and admits that this is the song that solidified the careers of his family name as well as his own. From Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5, here's our version of I'll Be There. We close with a song written about the struggle with anxiety. Green Day's Billy Joe Armstrong stated that the only way he knew what was going on while he was going through it was to write a song about it. The result was this next song, Basket Case. Ladies and gentlemen, the tradition of excellence, the Pasadena City College Lancer Marching Band included. The PCC Lancer Band is under the direction of Dr. Peter Huerta, Assistant Director, Percussion Director, Kat Carpenter, Uniform Manager, Declan Cowman, Equipment Manager, Social Media Manager, Kevin Dang, Historian, Alfredo Garcia, Percussion Staff, Aaron Bond, J. Fernando Diaz, Dimitri McLean, Daniel LaFrance, and Grant Gilbert. Color guard staff, Dr. Sincerely Leslie Valier, Enrique Veramontes Jr., and Joshua Aquino. Visual support staff, Esteban De Leon, Jonathan Kent, and Brad De La Garza. Musical arrangements by Rock McNunn. Percussion arrangements by Tad Carpenter. The PCC Division Dean is Dr. Solomon Cross. For the Tradition of Excellence, I'm Clark Macy. Thank you.
Sam, should we turn down our white balance? Should be turned down or white balance. That's 4,500 right now.
Hello, so we're back here in Pasadena, Robinson Stadium. We are here for the second half here tonight, and what a game so far we have seen.
Indeed, it's been a great game, very evenly matched. Both teams are almost neck and neck in almost all stats. I mean, Gold West, 10 first downs. We had 9. You see, we had 90 rushing yards. They had 70. We got 120 yards passing. They got 110. It's neck and neck in every stat. This is going to be a great game. I mean, PCC has a great way of coming out and being able to scheme against their defense and scheme against their offenses. But this is another team this is a great team that they've played. They are really good at the second half as well.
Okay, so before we get into it, let's go to a highlight reel, see all those great plays that we saw just a few minutes ago.
And that's just a great sack right there. Great penetration by the D-line, corralling the quarterback.
This is the rollout from Buckles, and he hit, I believe it was Aiden Wood, and it was a great rollout. No, yes, Aiden Wood, a great rollout right there.
Yeah, that's that pick six. See, 0 has to get that block down, because if you don't, it's just an easy lane. That's a cornerback's favorite route.
That's got to be the biggest mistake that we saw so far for Pasadena. Right there, though.
That's the Bowser pick right there. That, like you guys were saying, that pick 6 is the difference maker in this game right here. It's another little pass to Triplet, who just got more yards. That was right before the half ended, I believe. And here's the Hail Mary.
And then you see that read option, that great patience from Buckles. Yes, I'm loving what PCC is putting together. They're really stringing together the things that they've been trying to piece together throughout the game. You can see I would say this is the first game we are fully seeing that PCC team coming together, playing at their best of their ability.
And that was the catch that got Golden West into the red zone, got them out of that third down. This was the amazing pass.
Yeah, that catch, I just cannot describe what was there here.
This is insane. Great play by the DB, but look at that Tony toe tap. That reminds me of some Antonio Brown on the Steelers right there.
And this is the rush right there from Thomas to.
So, yeah, like those stats are neck and neck. Total yards almost the same. Passing yards just a little bit different. We see them. They are right on each other's heels on these things. The biggest thing has been the penalties. That is what has been killing PCC. 6 penalties to their 35 yards. You may not think that's something big, but that is a very big stat.
Kickoff is about to get underway. Golden West is going to start this second half with the ball. And so we're going to see how Pasadena's defense can start this third quarter. As mentioned before, Pasadena has been amazing in third quarters. Last week we saw them outscore Bakersfield by 35 points, 35-0 in fact. See what Pasadena can do here on defense.
And one change you're already seeing is they're no longer kicking it deep. They just did a pooch kick there right around the 30-yard line. Yeah, they get some extra yards off the catch alone, but I mean, it cuts down so much of the variables that can happen after the catch. You get it to somebody who has more players in their face, who's probably not as fast as the returners. That's smart. You don't want to give them any chances here. PCC is going to really make a difference on this first drive. We're going to have to see it.
Yeah, let's see how the defense is going to play out right here. It's going to be, again, really big telling to see how the rest of this game will go.
So here's going to be the fake handoff right there, and Golden West gets that immediate nice little pass right there to number 1, it seems.
That looks like to number 4, Schmitz.
To number 4.
Yeah, number 4.
And Schmidt right there. We've been seeing him all over the field. He's been returning, he's been rushing, he's been receiving. He's kind of like that all-round type of player.
Tackle on the play by Jonah Inigo.
Yeah, what I've been seeing is Kamakave Voole. He's been definitely having a way to extend these drives right here and these plays right here. Just going to hand it off. And, whoa, getting picked up right there.
That's
Aaron
what
Mitchell unable to find anything.
Meet that man at the line. Don't let him get any extra steam. You want to stop a train, you got to stop it early. You can't wait till it got all the coal and all the steam in. You got to get that thing at the source.
Gabriel Suilaman with the big hit right there that picked up the running back. And as you were saying, the quarterback for Golden West is just he's extending the drives, he's extending the plays, and he's doing everything that he needs to.
See, 3rd and 2nd, he's going to need to find something here to extend this one. Aaron Mitchell once again with the ball, doing it with his legs. And Golden West is going to find a first down right there, getting into Pasadena's territory just 3 plays into this drive.
Yeah, this is what you don't want to see from Pasadena's defense. I mean, you don't want to see them coming out and giving up first downs, especially a defense that doesn't give up points in the 3rd quarter at all, knock on wood. You don't want to see them kind of get in a groove early on. You want to see some defensive stifling here. They're going with the press man, so this might be a little change.
So now in their own territory, defense has some work to put out, and this is going to be a throw.
That's a
caught right there. What a rainbow. That is number 1. I mentioned his name earlier. That is J.D. Alicia. What a catch right there. Golden West immediately scoring in this one, not giving Pasadena a break at all. 20-7 is the current score.
Yeah, right there, he just burned Desi Valdez. He burned him on that. He just ran pretty much like right past him, and obviously the quarterback pump faked, and then he just threw a beauty, like you said. He threw a dart.
Yeah, that was a great route combination. It looked like PCC was running some form of a press man, but it was actually a disguise into a cover 2. But in that cover 2, that post became wide open, and smart play to make it a skinny post right there and make it just a little easier on the quarterback. And that's a great throw, great catch. I mean, as PCC, you didn't want to see it start off like that, but that is a play that's just a really great play by by Gold West.
Yeah, it might have been a little bit of an announcer jinx right there, but that's going to be an end to Pasadena's 3rd quarter defense streak. But right there, you know, how can you stop that?
Yeah, that by the time Valdez saw it, the man was already in full speed. He was going. He honestly wanted that opposite pylon, but that's smart by the quarterback to tighten it up and make it go. Yeah, see, look. So he's going to run. They go back into this cover. Look at, you can't really see it from the camera, but in the backside, they ran a post, and the 0 coming across on the dig route made Valdez stop for just a second to contemplate, do I go to the dig or do I got to make sure I got the post? And then that's just any moment of hesitation in football is taken advantage of, and that's what just happened.
Also, I think that was set up by the big run by Mitchell. Obviously, playing 3-4 defense, you're not as stout up front as you wanted to be. So maybe Pasadena was thinking they would try to run it again. They try to pinch the line or try to help cover the run, and all of a sudden the pass comes in and just caught him off guard.
21-7 is the score. Here's the kick. Pasadena, so far, their last drive did not look like they wanted, or did not end how they wanted to. Noah Triplett taking it into his own hands, has a big lane right here, down at the 50, has 1 man to beat, is going to be taken down at the 35-yard line. Noah Triplett says, if you guys can't get it started, I'm going to try to right here. Gets a massive run for Pasadena.
It looks like there's a flag on the play thrown by the back judge, and I think that's going to come all the way back. Looks like they're discussing, but I thought I saw the holding sign.
It did look like there was a hold on that play. The flag was thrown a little late.
Holding, receiving team number 32, T.R. Pilley, first down, Pasadena.
And again, those penalties coming back to shoot Pasadena in the foot. A big play like that from Triplett, your main running back at that. So now you have to let your running back go get some rest, and your offense starts off in a worse position than they would have.
Penalty committed by Adam Husar for the record.
Penalties have just been killing Pasadena on these drives, trying to start something right there. Another penalty just comes to bite them in the behind. So now they're just backed up here at near their end zone, trying to find a way to get out of it with that little run play. Not going to find much.
Yeah, now with a 14-point lead against a Golden West team that is seeming they're really not trying to give up that run at all. They're not trying to give up the run. They're not trying to let it deep. They're going to have to eat up the middle of the field. PCC is going to probably have to change up some things. It's like when you got an ex-girlfriend. You got to switch some things up once you leave her. You can't keep doing the same things. It didn't work for that. You got to switch it up.
See right here, yeah, it's just kind of like forcing. If Pasadena can't find that run game, they're going to be forced into one-dimensional offense. If they are just forced to pass right here. Buckles, you know, he has that arm. He can make the passes, but it's just you cannot become a one-dimensional offense here. They're going to try to get the handoff once again, and then right there. Golden West all over it so far.
Oh, we see a little chippiness getting there. I told you, them trenches get active, man. The trenches where the game is won and lost, and you can tell by the intensity on both teams. The trenches is going crazy. Trenches is the offensive defensive line, by the way, for those who don't understand. That's called the trenches. It's where most warfare goes down on the football field.
I'm going to bring up what you guys said about Pasadena trying to not want to turn into a one-dimensional offense. It's kind of like when you're playing a game and you only play one character, it could become like a one-trick. That can sometimes work, but most of the time it does not work. And for Pasadena, they need to get off the being a one trick.
And Buckles right there just sails that one over his guy. That looks like, let's see who that is. That's going to be Abraham Perez right there, unable to catch it. And so Pasadena just going out quickly. Going to have to punt this one away on 4th and 11.
And that is not what you want to see from the PCC offense. I mean, or the defense, honestly. This is not the best way to come into a second half, which a team who is known for their second halves, a team that's known for putting up points in the third and keeping the the other offense shut out. This is not characteristic of them. They've given up a touchdown. They haven't got much. And they're returning it on the ball right now. They only got around a 5-yard return there.
Yeah, that was Schmidt again. Been all over this game, as we've said before. But right now, like you said, TJ, this defense needs to tighten up. And it's kind of going back to what we were saying, how the first drive is going to really dictate how the rest of the second half might go. And so far, it's all Golden West.
Yeah, Pasadena still has some time to right their wrongs. 11:30 left in this third quarter. Of course, they have the fourth quarter after that. But down 14, that's a difficult start that you're being faced off with.
And I still don't put this out of PCC's range. I mean, this is a team that has faced tremendous adversity throughout the years, or throughout the season, so I'm still not putting it past them.
Let's see, try to start it off on defense. It's going to be a handoff to the running back. He's going to find a lane, cut outside, going to get out of bounds. And that's going to be number 26, Simmons. Saw him a few plays before the end of the half. Comes back in for Aaron Mitchell to give him a little bit of a break. Saw him on the last drive.
Yeah, that's what this Golden West offense does. They have Mitchell, they have Simmons, and that's what they kind of run. They have Thomas as well. So they have this like trio, this like committee of running backs that just get the job done.
And PCC is stacking the box heavy.
2nd and 5. They're trying to get pressure on him. Gets a hit on the quarterback. That was thrown up. Did he make the catch? And they're going to say hit the ground. What an attempt right there by number 14. That is Kim Ase.
That was very close to being a big turn of events right there. That ball tipped up and just in the air for so long, diving out, and he just could not handle it.
Yeah, I mean, you know what they say about DBs. If they could catch the ball, they played receiver. So that's just one of those plays. It was a hard catch to make, but you like to see that out of the PCC defense. They're playing on the run. They're playing on the pass. This is a better second drive in the second half for PCC.
Looks like some people are coming up off and on the field on the Pasadena defense. Let's see what they decided to cook up.
So here is 3rd and 5. Try to find a stop, and right there, just a prayer. Number 16 for the Rustlers is unable to make the catch right there.
And that was a great play design. I saw them going to 16 early on off of the two-route concept. It looked like 16 was going to be the open man, and it almost became an interception. As a defender, you know, those are the plays you watch in film. You go, man, if I just would have turned my head around, if I just would have looked just a little faster, I could have had an interception. But, again, 2 almost interceptions from PCC. They want to try to keep this momentum up, keep the offense on their heels.
Yeah, you see Joe Hagel right there is the one who was unable to make the catch. A little bit of butterfingers. It's going to force a 4th and 5. They're going to go for it. Fake pass right here and gets it right there. And he breaks through the tackle, misses the second one. The third one fails to bring him down. Stumbles on his own. That is number 6, Dom Thompson, taking that one in his own hands. And Golden West survives that 4th down.
Yeah, they're being aggressive. They know they can put the pressure on the Pasadena defense, and they've been kind of killing them through the air. Here's another
That's
replay.
A straight one-on-one matchup. PCC was in press man, no safeties over top, and that slant. You can't, if you're in man, you can't give up the slant. You got to stay in inside leverage, and the PCC defender let the receiver get right in front of him. Easy first down, and we got to wrap up. You know, you can't put the present under the tree. You got to wrap it up.
So in the red zone, we've already seen Golden West in here before they capitalize, and right here, just short of capitalizing once again. That is number 3, Ardon Morris. First time I remember calling his name tonight.
Yeah, like I said, you saw it again that time. I mean, PCC has to wrap up and make the tackle. They're making good initial contact, but initial contact doesn't take a man down. You have to wrap it up. You don't put a present under there and just box open, half wrap. You got to wrap that thing up, put a bow on it, put that thing under the tree.
So 1st and 10 once again for Golden West in the red zone. Pasadena against their own end zone, trying to make a stop, and they go right back to Morris, and he's going to get through. That's going to be a touchdown for Golden West, and they're just opening this one up in the third quarter. 27-7 now in favor of the Rustlers.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate. It looks like there is a flag on the field. There is a flag thrown by around the 5-yard line. Let's see what they're going to call it.
Pasadena's defense staying out there hoping that it's going to looks like it might be on the offense.
Yeah, I think it is.
Play is a touchdown.
Oh.
After the play, personal foul. Defense, number 69. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
And personal foul on the defense.
Offense, number 69. That is not for Pasadena. That is actually on Golden West. Number 69 for Golden West is Inoke Samita.
Now, penalties like that are just anger penalties, you know, just the frustration from both teams are building up. Golden West scored, you know, he probably wanted to go and taunt somebody real quick, tried to get a little physical, do something, you know, how people do in between plays. But I'm glad the refs caught that because PCC needs everything they can get right now.
So depending on this kickoff, it'll be, I believe, an extra 15 yards. I believe that's what they said. So right now, because Pasadena chose to have it enforced on the kickoff instead of the extra point, we'll see what happens to see if they can make the most out of this, if they can get some good field positioning to start chipping out at this 21-point lead.
So offense is going to come out once again after this kickoff, but you know, you're down 21 now. You're trying to avoid this one just being completely lost. You're 21. If you can score something here, it's only 2 scores. This is going to be a big drive for Pasadena. See if they're able to find a response. So far, they've been unable to tonight.
Yeah, they're going to have to switch it up on offense. I mean, you do love the run game. You love being in pistol, but they're sending heavy blitzes at you. Your tight end's not able to block the ends. You know, you gotta switch it up a little bit. You got to go away from that and maybe get them out wide. Try to spread the defense out as much as you can.
And that kick is going to be up, and it's going to be caught right there around the 20-yard line, trying to cut in. Not going to find much. Out around the 46, let's say.
Very lucky that that kick didn't go out of bounds because that is a penalty. It kind of looked like it might have been going out of bounds. It might have maybe barely hit just before it went out of bounds. But lucky that they took it because that would have been a penalty and that would have been automatic to start at the 40.
Yeah, you can tell PCC's coming out with a different mentality. They got trips left to the wide side of the field.
Okay, so here's going to be Buckles trying to find something. He's going to have to pass now with the clock being a massive factor in this one. And it's going to be number 85 with the reception. And that's going to be Javari Mayberry.
Yeah, Pasadena is known for this slow, methodical, just taking the time down. But now their offense is not able to do that. Now they got to go full-on rush, tempo mode.
So yeah, Pasadena is just trying to make a quick drive out of this one, try to get some points on the board. It's been a while since we have seen Pasadena score in this one.
Yeah, they need to switch it up here.
Here's Buckles once again, finds his man. That's 85. Once again, Mayberry going right back to the well.
Now it looks like PCC's just trying to get the receivers and the quarterbacks back on the same time. Those are more just pitch and catch type of throws. You're essentially playing catch right there. They got you the first down, which is good, but what's better is that your quarterback is getting back into rhythm. Your 6'4" tight end is getting the ball. That is something you always want to see, especially when you're down heavy and you need big plays. You can go to a literal big player.
So yeah, getting the tight ends in, something that Pasadena did not really do last time we saw them here against Bakersfield. We saw mostly just wide receivers, but opens up the offense a little bit.
Empty set. Golden West bringing some heat off the edge.
I say Buckles is going to have some pressure in his face. Has the breakthrough, the pocket right there. Finds a guy and is going to get some yards right there. Let's see who that is. It's going to be number 5 for Pasadena.
Mateski. The old vet right there.
And that was a great way to keep the ball alive, keep the drive alive. You definitely don't want to take a sack right now. Really great job keeping his eyes up ahead, keep his feet under him, and get that play off, or get that ball off.
I think maybe Pasadena should maybe start running 2 tight ends. You have Talon Paget also as a tight end option right there if you need some help blocking the incoming blitz.
Same formation. Actually, we're going to have Triplet go back there. And it's going to be a quick pass out.
I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Aiden Wood with the catch. Pasadena going quick with this one. Going to get.
The thing about those blitzes is it leaves gaps in the defense. Anytime somebody leaves somewhere, they have to be replaced. And in the blitz, there is nobody replacing you. We're just hoping that the blitz gets there. PCC and Buckles is doing a great job of identifying the blitz and figuring out where the pressure's coming from and going right behind it. Looks like doing a fake blitz here, yep.
Another quick pass. Pasadena has found it right there. Number 1 trying to find the end zone. That's going to be Ethan Hubble getting just short of it. Nice little run. It's going to be 1st and goal for Pasadena.
Like I've said all season, when the nighttime comes down, the stars show up. That's when Pasadena starts to do it as well. When the sun sets and the night sky turns black, all of a sudden this Pasadena team comes alive right now. And that's what they're doing. They are just being aggressive with the pass right now, and it's been working for them.
Black sky, black jerseys, baby. Come on, PCC.
It's a massive possession right here for Pasadena. Buckles tries to find something, makes a quick throw. That is number 1 with the touchdown. Ethan Hubble once again finds it. That's going to be a touchdown for him. Pasadena, quick response here. We're hearing a whistle.
Whistles. It shouldn't be, unless the flag is a personal foul or taunting, unsportsmanlike, something like that, it should still go. And that was a great route right there. Both slot receivers, both receivers ran a great one.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah.
Defense, number 0. Also, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, number 73. That's both their first charge, unsportsmanlike conduct for potential disqualification.
All right.
Yeah, temper's flaring right there, but after the play, so Pasadena gets the touchdown. Ethan Hubble puts that one into his stat sheet, and so it's going to cut the lead down. It's currently 15 points. Let's see what the kick is going to be.
Yeah, the 2 players I believe that got the personal fouls called on them were Gabe Ambrose of Pasadena and Javon Taylor of Golden West.
And kick is going to be good, so Pasadena
good for PCC. Man, that route, that was crispy. I got a nice hairline from that, clean fade from that nice route right there. The way he ran that slant set him up nice with the stem steps there and a nice release. Oh, I wish you could fully see it, y'all. Look at, if you could fully see it right there, you would have saw Hubble set him up right there with the inside, a nice little inside step. He stacked the receiver and then broke it off inside as soon as the receiver started trailing. That is textbook. PCC's been doing a great job, honestly, when it gets to the technical things. And when it's time to show up, they've been doing a great job. They just been getting caught on some random plays.
Let's see.
Injury on the field.
Looks like they're working him right now, but right now Pasadena responds to one of the scores from Golden West. They still have 2 more to go. They need 2 stops, 2 scores, and more than likely they're going to need another stop after that to even have a chance. And so right now they've adjusted to the blitzing well. You know, the head coach for Golden West, Nick Mitchell, this is his 19th season. The veteran going against, I mean, Tucker, this is going to be his sixth season, but the last time they played a coach that had like around 2 decades of experience, that was Palomar, and Palomar almost came back and won that game after being up, and Pasadena came back and ended up barely winning that game. I believe the score was like 23-24. Overall, this is very. So this drive and the last drive that happened for Pasadena was very good. Now they got to see the defense step up and try to get them that big stop that they need to make this, again, a 1-possession game. This would be very big for the momentum for Pasadena. Either a turnover or just even a 4 downs would be very big
Yeah, that drive was everything that you could have wanted for Pasadena right there. Just a quick one, gets the touchdown on the board. I want to see the kickoff right here, but Golden West now already back on defense, only getting a little bit of a break. And that's going to be a big cut right there. That's going to be number, let's see, number 3. And that's going to be Morris for the Rustlers, cutting it out towards around like the 48.
My bad. I am liking this pooch kick method from PCC, even though that one looked like it could have went all the way, or it looked like it got some form of daylight. It honestly, in all actuality, didn't. He was going to get tackled. Somebody was going to find that outside lane and get him there. PCC is really making some adjustments here. Let's see what the defense can do for adjustments. Like I said last game, they're going to got to get the foam coming out the mouth right here, man. They're going to have to start biting some teeth, bite down on the lip, put some lemon in your eyes, you know what I mean? Get some aliveness on this defense.
You know, we've definitely seen like the penalties for like tempers have been flaring, but let's see if they can convert that into some like good football moves, you know.
Golden West doing the pistol, taking a book out of PCC's page.
Trying to find something as a quarterback for Golden West, and he's going to get that caught right there. That's going to be number 1, and that's going to be J.D. Alicia.
Yeah, right there. I mean, the wide receivers have been just killing them so far in this quarter, start of this half. The receivers just been getting space and just being open. It looks like it's going to be, it's going to be a holding call.
And PCC, that's exactly what you need. Stop the clock and push them back.
I think that was, again, Inoki Samita of the holding call. He had the personal foul near the goal line that ended up making Golden West kick from 15 yards further back to where they're supposed to be. So far the linemen for both teams have been causing some troubles. First it was 77, then 73, and then now 68.
So that pushes Golden West back into their own territory, and right there, that's a nice little stop right there by the defensive line.
Things are getting chippy down there. It's getting chippy with the big boys. They I mean, it's giving their all. This is a big running physical game right now. Oh, we got another injury.
Yeah, and that looks like that is Morris. Slow to get up.
Yeah, that's one of their running back in that committee they have right there, like the 4 or 5 running backs. And he's been coming to this game more in the second half. Yeah, he scored a touchdown, and he's been on the kick return team, so he has been running around, and he is not getting up. And so right now,
yeah, we're going to hope it's just some cramps. Yeah. It was hotter earlier when they were warming up and everything.
Yeah, it was definitely a warm day. It was definitely warmer than we saw at Bakersfield when we played Bakersfield.
And like I said, he's getting off good, getting off nicely. That's what we like to see. But like I said, this has been a physical game from both sides. Paint your own spooky pumpkin. Let's get into Halloween spirit. Come paint your own spooky pumpkin. Meet the FYE team and take home your festive creation. Free pumpkin, supplies, and good vibes while supplies last. Next Thursday, October 16th from 12 to 2 p.m. at the Pathway Center, room V100.
Yeah, definitely spooky season.
Y'all a fan of pumpkins? You know, carving your own pumpkins and things of that nature?
You know, I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah, me either.
Let's see what Golden West does right here. Then we can get back to pumpkin discussion. And that one's going to be a nice little catch around the original first down marker, and that's going to find it. It's going to cut. That was a massive second down play for Golden West.
Usually you see coaches get mad when the receiver starts to run backwards trying to avoid people, and they just say just go forward. But that time it worked out for Alicia right there. And even though it did work out, you know, playing dangerously like that, if he gets hit and he loses yards or he gets it from behind, that ball comes out, that's a different story right there.
Lancers 46.
Gets him offside. It's going to be a free play for this one, and he goes deep, and that big contact right there. No flags on that. Intended target was number 1. That's Alicia for Golden West.
Yeah, that was honestly good coverage by the DB. I mean, a free play there. You know they're going to try to throw it over your head. You got to turn and run, play that trail technique, play on that hip, and that's exactly what he did right there.
Correction, that was Tanner Schmidt.
Defense,
intended target.
42. That 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Penalty on Pasadena. Just shooting themselves in the foot right here. It's going to be first down now for Golden West.
Yeah, Golden West only 4 penalties on the day, and PCC has had 9. It's been a very penalty-heavy game. Didn't see a lot of this last season. This season, though, penalties have been bugging the Lancers.
This snap is going to go hand it off to the running back. Going to find around 4 yards there.
Now, PCC is really going to have to make a stand right here. Like I said last week, you got to grab your lunch money with the bully coming, you know what I mean? You can't just let them do that. They got to get the lunch pail and go to work right now. They got to make a big change. You got to make a stand at some point in the game. With 4 minutes left in the third quarter, you're down 2 scores. Your defense needs a big, big play, whether that's an interception, a forced fumble. Like you were saying earlier, a turnover on downs. Something needs to happen.
Kamakave Voole here with the snap. Going to try to find something. Pressure comes through, just unable to bring him down. He's just going to have to slide away to avoid a massive hit when it was coming in right there.
Looks like Schmidt was open. He was putting his arms up saying, throw the ball to me, and it looks like the quarterback just didn't see him and just went down, and there's going to be a flag on the play.
Yeah, a lot of
Penalty on the play.
Waiting on the penalty, but yeah, as you said, massive need for a stop right here. Hopefully this penalty is not on Pasadena.
He's calling for the coach.
Let's see what he's going to talk to Coach Tucker about. Let's see if anyone's over there at Golden West sideline.
Golden West.
See how they want to play this. Looks like they're talking to.
Personal foul, block below the waist. Offense, number 2. 15-yard penalty.
That's going to back up Golden West and make this a really long second down. It was going to be 2nd and 21 now.
Now, what I'm seeing from all these penalties is like when they scored the first time in the second half and when they got the first unsportsmanlike, I said, well, you know, things get chippy in the trenches and things like that. Golden West could lose this game if they lose their temper very easily. I mean, personal foul calls are no joke. Those are 15 yards that you lose.
See Morris back there. That's who they went to last time when they had a 2nd and long. Right here, they're going to throw it and in. Or was that caught right there? Looks like it's going to skip on the ground, but number 1 for Pasadena with a great attempt at it. That's Ethan Hubble. Oh, it's going to be Gabriel Soliman on defense.
Yeah, Golden West is trying to take some pages out of PCC's book with the play action, with the rollouts, right, with the flood concepts towards the sideline. They're really trying to do the same thing, attack the high, low, mid, you know. But PCC is playing great zone defense right now. They're not letting anything middle get. They're not letting anything in the middle get open. The things underneath they're corralling to, and as long as nothing gets over top, they're doing really good right now.
So 3rd and 21.
Oh, I see.
Just dumps it out right there. Trying to find something. It just gets squished between 2 guys. Morris did not have a lane at all right there.
Yeah, that was Morning with a big hit. Looking like a carpenter, how he hammered the running back, and that's a big stop. Here's a replay of it.
Okay, yeah, it was a screen. I was wondering what they had a wide open receiver down the middle, number 1, but it was a screen, so you can't even throw the ball past the line of scrimmage. You got to throw it behind, or else you'll get a penalty.
Here's going to be the punt right there, but you said he looked like a carpenter, definitely a superstar on that tackle. And that one is going to be favorable bounce for Pasadena, but out of bounds.
Yeah, very lucky. Looks like they almost roughed the punter, Aaron Stock. That's the 2nd Aaron on this team, and we have 1 in the booth as well. So 3 Aarons currently here in the building.
Lots of Aarons.
Yes, there is.
Someone needs to go check off the Aarons.
Yeah. But
days of work.
Yeah. But very lucky for Pasadena, they did not get a roughing the punter call. That would have moved them up a lot more, but man, towing the line. You can only walk the plank for so long before you go overboard. Let's see if the Lancers will hold on, or the Rustlers hold their ground, put it, and just run away with this game. It's like the ref is talking to someone. The play clock has stopped. It is not running.
Probably I think he's just trying to get into his position there. He was on the wrong side of the field, it looked like.
So the defense for Pasadena has been doing the work on the last 2 drives. Here is Buckles with the handoff to Triplett, trying to find a lane and get some extra yardage. Pulled around the neck.
Thank you. I was going to say. That's a little bit of horse collar right there. You can't do that, dog.
Not only horse collar, I think he hit him out of bounds as well. That's what it looked like. And I don't know if it's going to be a number 8. That is Niger Mills, or will it be on a horse collar like you guys saw?
Triple trying to stay in the game. It looks like they were trying to sub him out, let him get a break, but I told you that's that Cam Scatterboo mentality right there.
After the play, personal foul, defense, unnecessary roughness, 15 yards.
That's going to be big in favor of Pasadena. Get some extra yardage and just help them try to respond to Golden West's current 14-point lead. The defense has been standing up. Time for the offense, and then right there.
Yeah, like I said, Golden West can lose this game by losing their temper.
Buckles ordering the motion here. Triplet is going to get the ball and just unable to make the grab right there.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that play right now. I mean, it is a great play in PCC's repertoire, but they have been on those short routes all day. That's how the pick six happened. That's how they almost got another pick, you know. They've been on those short routes all day. I know you love the short route. I know you love getting into your backs in open space, but you got to give it up just for the right now. Like I was talking about, the ex-girlfriend thing, you know. You love that girl, you got to give her up, dog. This ain't the time for it.
Maybe if they want to try to use Triplet out of the backfield, maybe they can run a wheel route and maybe try to get him open with scheming like that.
See, another handoff to Triplet, having to bounce off his own guy right there, and that just is going to mess up his footing. Dropped in the backfield for a loss.
First person I saw that was in there was Brandon Soelu, and just Solo, that's how you apparently pronounce it. Thank you, play-by-play guy up there. But looked like that got blown up here.
Y'all see how massive? Look at Zero. That is a big boy to be moving that fast right there. I'm telling y'all, that is a Hellcat Trackhawk right there with a V12 engine. That bad boy, he got twin turbos on. Did y'all see how he got through that gap?
Yeah, that's Javon Taylor, 6'1", 290, sophomore out of Corona.
Let's see Buckles right here, and that one's going to be a nice catch. And that is going to be the tight end
that is Cam Mitchell.
81.
To number 81,
That
Mitchell.
is Mitchell with a great catch right there.
14 yards on
Again, Buckles just taking what the defense gives him. If they're going to blitz you, something is always going to be open. You just have to find it before you get hit. Now, that is it's easy for me to say that in the booth, you know what I mean? It's easy for me to say, oh, identify the blitz, but Buckles is doing it at a very great level right now.
So now Pasadena is in Golden West territory. Buckles is going to throw this one. It's going to be a low throw, just falls out of his hands. And that's Mayberry right there, unable to make the catch. Had that one in the breadbasket and just seemingly tossed it out like it was a raw egg.
Yeah, he dropped the church's money on that one. He's going to have to pay him back later. It's fine, though. I believe in him. I think he can get it back.
I think Mayberry was baking a little bit beforehand, but here we go. This is the throw to Mitchell to get on the first down. But as we were saying about Mayberry, I think he was baking a little bit beforehand and actually dipped his fingers in some butter. That's another drop that hits him in the hands. Let's see. Mayberry he's gonna have, mark my words, he's gonna have a redemption catch right there. I'm calling it redemption catch.
Let's see what Buckles does. It's gonna be a handoff right there to Ezeonye, and that one's not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, I just don't know about the run up the A gap. You know, like we said, they got, what was he, 250, 290, something like that. They got some, look at 78, 0. They got some huge D linemen in those A gaps trying to cover it up. They got some big nose guards. Yeah. And you just can't run it on, nose tackle. Sometimes you just can't run the ball on them. You got to get it outside, which they were doing a great job of. And it looks like they may try to go to it now, maybe try to get to that open field.
Yeah, 78 is Maki Sawigawa, defensive lineman, 6'1", 310.
Yeah. It's hard to run over 310.
Let's see, Buckles going to have to throw this one. Finds it right over the middle. That is number 19, Jag Richer.
Now, he's not going to get the first down, so the Lancers have a big decision here. Do you go for it on fourth down, trusting your offense, or do you punt it, trusting your defense? Now, either way, I trust PCC. I'm going to let you know that right now. Look at this. This is a nice play right here. Look, Buckles, he's scanning. First option wasn't there. Immediately went to the under route. I like to see that.
Pasadena, so far, see what they're thinking about doing.
Offense is staying out there.
Yeah, they went out in formation and brought it back.
Play clock winding down. It's at 10 seconds. Being aggressive right here on this 4th and 2.
They're going to have to hold their water here.
Pasadena down 14, trying to find a spark play right here, and that's not going to go anywhere. Big stop for Golden West. Pasadena unable.
Now, it's still not.
See, lots of whistles going on here.
Scuffling.
He might have dropped the ball, I think, is what is going on there. Golden West is saying that they claim that they got it, but
Well, regardless, they get the ball back.
I do not agree with that call right there, trying to run it up the gut again. And we've been talking about, like you said, TJ, number 0, that's Javon Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, he just takes up so much space. Like, literally, he is just a physical force in that A gap. Oh, hey, 78. Throw the flag, ref. Come on now, dog. Hey, you right, fuck. You know, I'm not here to criticize the refs. I'm just here to talk about the game. You know, that ain't my job. But I will say there are a lot of eyesight departments you can go to get some LASIK surgery, you know. My grandma just did it. She can see way better now.
yeah, right there, umpire must have been looking to the sky. Did not see that little push and shove, but it's common to see that in football. Pasadena is still down 14. We're going into the 4th here. Pasadena is running out of time to make this comeback.
Yeah, time is becoming a big factor right now.
The referees must have been looking up at Orion's belt, the belt that seemingly that's Golden West is using to just beat the Lancers right now. Overall, Lancers got a big stand. I don't disagree with going for it on the 4th down. I disagree with the play call. You've seen how they've been stuffing the A gap, how they've been just crashing in the middle with their 2 big nose tackles. I don't agree with running it up the middle. Maybe you could have gone right there with a motion and give it to him on like a jet sweep type of play, or even a short pass. But I don't agree with setting out the punt team and then you bring him back and then you try to rush. I just felt way too cute and way too trying to get too cute with it, and you know, too technical and too much finesse, and ended up biting them.
So yeah, Pasadena is going to be down 14 after that 4th down, or that failure to capitalize on 4th down right here, and that's going to be a big run right there, and he's got a ways to go, gets tripped up. Aaron Mitchell could have gone the distance right there. Nice save by Pasadena's defense, though.
Yeah, you can see the difference in running, you know. They have 300-pound nose tackles. We don't have 300 pounds. We have great nose tackles. Not saying that at all, but, I mean, they just don't have the literal size that Golden West has when it comes to being in the A gap.
Rustlers ball on the Lancers 25.
It's going to be critical that if they get the stop, they have to block the field goal to make this still a 2-position game.
Let's see. Well, back to Aaron Mitchell, and he's not going to get much there. But, you know, missed field goals is something that we've seen a lot so far here in our Lancer Studio productions. The game that we announced originally, Oscar, that was the second game at home. We saw a bunch of blocked field goal attempts in that one, and then also there was one in the beginning of the game against Bakersfield. So it wouldn't be out of the ordinary to see that in a Pasadena Lancers game, but
it wouldn't be out of the ordinary to see Pasadena get a turnover right here.
See if you can spark an existence. That one's just going to be a wide open catch right there. Golden West continues to cut into this Pasadena defense.
Takedown.
Oh, someone said takedown. So number 66. The catch was by J.D. Alicia, and then 66.
Oh, there's a flag on the play
for a takedown.
Offense, number 66. 10-yard penalty, previous spot.
Dylan Bunbury. We have Mayberry, Bunbury. Oh my goodness, too many bakers in the kitchen. So that's going to knock them back a lot towards midfield. That's a big break for Pasadena.
Another one right there.
PCC, they need to capitalize off of this. You got them out of field goal range. You can't let them back in.
The pick six proving to be very critical, because if there's no pick six, it's a one-score game. So maybe Pasadena gets a pick six and helps reset that momentum, or even a fumble six.
We'll see what Pasadena does. They have some more space here, going back to the running back. And he's still pushing for yardage. Pasadena needs to bring him down. Forward motion is called.
That was a good run from Mitchell just to get yardage, and he pretty much really made that holding call like null. He kind of nullified it. Looking like statistics, the way he's been running up and down this field.
8-yard carry.
And that was a great run there. I mean, he kept his feet turning. Like I said earlier, they got to wrap up, you know. Initial contact is not enough to get people down at this level. You have to be able to wrap up and fully secure a tackle here.
So still second and long here, but Pasadena needs to find a stop, giving him plenty of time. And that one's going to be caught just short of the marker.
Hey, I'll say one thing about these Golden West receivers. They are shifty and have some very good body control. I mean, they've made a lot. Most of their passes have come from right next to the numbers, and you have to get a feet down. You have to make a toe tap. Those are just hard plays as a DB to, I mean, yeah. Oh, well, I mean, he got away with a little bit of a push-off. You know, I am a defensive guy. I do like defense, but that was 100% a little bit of a push-off. But we'll see a big field goal here.
Like the great MMG says, if you use cameras, you can catch anything.
Here's the field goal. The kick is up, and it's going to be blocked once again. We brought up the blocks that we have seen constantly in these Pasadena football games. Right there, Pasadena comes away with a prayer of a block. State are leaving this one at a 14-point lead for Golden West. Give the ball to Pasadena's offense. Let's see what they can do.
Did we call it or did we call it? We might have spoken into existence a reverse announcer's jinx. All of a sudden, Pasadena is back into this game. That was a big, big momentum shift. And it looks like number 10 is in. No, my bad. I thought Triplet was the quarterback for a second. I thought it was going to be some Wildcat. No, it is Buckles still in with Trips on the bottom, a solo receiver up top. Let's see what magic they can make happen. After
I'm telling Coach Tucker that was all us right there. I'm letting y'all know that right now.
So Buckles thrown back out there. Let's see what he can do. Under center, makes the throw, and going to have the guy open. What a rainbow of a pass. That is number 1, Ethan Hubble. Once again, we've been calling his name over and over again in the second half.
Hubble's been doing so great. He just gets open. He is like how you complimented the Golden West receivers, TJ. Our receivers are also shifty like that, and look at that beautiful pass.
That is perfect technique right there. You get past the DB.
Face mask. Defense, number 0.
And a face mask. And they get an extra 15 off of that face mask. But like I was saying, when the receiver can stack a DB like that, it makes it so much easier for the quarterback. All he had to do was put the ball out and put it close to the sideline. That way it's only in a position where Hubble could go and get it. And that's what Hubble did. He went up and got it, get it.
Hubble burned Bivens. That was the defensive back on him.
Hubble burned Bivens.
Ooh, that was a great
said Oscar, and here's a little fake play. That one's not going to go anywhere. Golden West all over it. You heard you, TJ, say that was a great blitz right there.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean that was more of an underthought, but man, he timed that perfectly. That was very good. I mean, especially knowing that this team has been doing going on 2, doing false snaps and things like that. That's a gutsy move. If I'm PCC, I'm going back and I might go on 2 a couple of times because this defense, it seems like they might have forgotten the first half that people were getting caught with false starts. It so happened to be PCC, but they were also in the wrong.
2nd and 18 right here. Buckles tries to find something, goes down, and finds the guy. Had it in his hands multiple times. That is Aiden Wood, just unable to bring it in.
Very, very lucky. He never had full possession of the football. He kept juggling. He may have taken a football move and had 3 steps, as you see on the replay. Great throw from Buckles. Wood gets it, and he just never has possession of it. Never has full possession. Even if he takes a step and he does a spin, which would be considered a football move, he never has it firmly in his hands. That ball, moment it hit the ground, an incomplete pass. Very, very lucky that it's not a fumble for Pasadena as they now face a 3rd and 18.
Yeah, it looks like he had possession of it, then gets the guy coming across him, then knocks the ball out, and then has to bobble it, unable to fully come away with it. And let's see, Buckles just blown up right there.
Yeah, he didn't even. Oh, we're about to get a penalty here. Yep, 76 just pushed. 76 just had that wasn't the smartest one right there. I mean, that's a protecting your quarterback type of penalty that he did. He did push number 3 at the end of the play, but that's more of a I'm sticking up for my quarterback. But yeah, PCC was in a great position to start this drive. I mean, it looks like they were moving. They got that penalty that got them an extra 15 yards, and then in one play almost, it just went all bad.
Let's see what they're going to call. They're going to call it on number 3 for roughing the passer, or they're going to call it on 76 for retaliation?
Yeah, it'll be on 76 it'll be 76 unsportsmanlike. It should be. Roughing the passer shouldn't have been the call. I mean, I hope so, honestly, low-key.
Personal foul, offense, number 76. After the play, 15-yard penalty, count it down, 4th down.
Woo. Yeah, that's a killer right there. I mean, count the down. So now you're at 4th. You was 3rd and 18 before. Now you got an extra 15 tacked onto that.
4th in a Walmart parking lot. That's what I used to say. And now it's going to be Alejandro Rodriguez to punt. And they need some trickery. Maybe here you could run a fake punt maybe if you're feeling desperate.
Oh, maybe the play clock wasn't set up. For a second, it looked like a false start.
And looks like they'll throw a flag out. Somebody jumped, and if that's so, looks like they're going to be pushing them back.
I mean, even if this is for PCC, it's still going to make it, what, 4th and 18? Oh, wow, it's on PCC.
Another penalty, and then penalties, you know, PCC, it's been stacking up for both teams, but PCC has just been caught so many times by these officials tonight.
Very undisciplined.
You do it to yourself, you do, said Tom York in one of his songs. And right here, Pasadena, right there.
Oh, man.
Unable to find it, just kicks it out of bounds. And that's going to be kicked to the opposite direction, so let's see what they say here.
That's a smart play by the kicker, or by the punter, sorry, but Lord. I mean, it can't get worse for PCC. I would say you shot yourself in the foot, but I don't even think they got a foot anymore with all these penalties they've been getting. I mean, every time it looks like they're getting closer and closer and closer to maybe getting this game back, they get a setback after setback after setback. If they want, I mean, there's still 11 minutes. The game is not over, but if they want it, they have to literally play perfect. They cannot give up these mental mistakes.
Yeah, they would need another blocked field goal, and they would probably need to return it. And
Maybe
even
a pick 6.
They need a quick turnover, score, and then they need another stop and to score, and then even that, there might be like a time for 1 or 2 more drives, and even that, and if the game stays tied.
Kicking the ball, kicking team. 10-yard penalty with a loss of down. First down, Golden West.
And they're going to get 10 yards off of that because you can't just kick it like that. This isn't the NFL, people.
But yeah, so they need a stop, they need another blocked field goal, they need to score, and they need another stop, and they got to score again. And even if they do get that, if they decide to try to win it and go for 2, that could be an option, or they could just try to play for overtime, in which college overtime rules would apply.
Yeah, way to summarize it for you, Oscar. Pasadena is running out of time. There's 11 minutes left on the clock. They need a massive continuation stop right here. We saw that they got it last time. Going to need that prayer to be answered once again. Mitchell with the ball.
If PCC wants any hope of stopping this, they're going to have to stop that run.
That's not going to be Mitchell. That's going to be number 26.
That is Simmons.
Simmons once again.
Yeah, PCC is going to have to stop this run. I mean, it's taking time off the clock exponentially. It's getting them easy yardage, and they're already in field goal range, so they don't need much. I mean, at PCC, you need to stop them in these 3 downs. If they do go to the pass, y'all need to be ready, but this is just a bad situation for the defense to be in on this yard line.
See Simmons right there again. He loses the ball. The ball comes out. Are they going to say he was down? He does. That's going to be a fumble for PCC. Number 1 on defense comes away with it, and that is going to be Gabriel Soliman.
I told you last game, 1 was on 1. You know, he came out of an injury last game and immediately made an impact, and now he came back and made that impact here. Let's see it.
Number 1.
Punched up by Bowser right there, recovered by Suleiman, and man, it looks like Pasadena Black Magic is coming out.
Yeah, Bowser trying to get Princess Peach back with his performance. I'll tell you that right now. She ain't choosing Mario no more.
I said that they needed a prayer, and Buckles is back out there once again, but Pasadena has been getting it on defense. Can they get something on offense? Aiden Wood unable to get past that second tackle right there.
This game feels like a sitcom. Like every time you think something's going to happen, the other thing happens, and it just keeps going back and forth on this pendulum we go. In this seesaw of a battle, this turner right here. Let's see what's going to happen.
See Buckles with the quick pass out there. He has his man. That's going to be good for a first down.
That's Aiden Wood, I believe, again, and looks like he's hurt.
Buckles again completes a pass.
We've had a lot of injuries this game.
Yeah.
On both sides for Golden West and PCC.
That's going to give us a little bit of a break.
Yeah, and 54 is also going to come off right there.
Oh, number 54 for Pasadena. That is Dylan Frank, an offensive lineman. At first, Wood is down looking like those magazine models. And now this is going to stop the clock. It's an injury timeout. So that's good for Pasadena, but not good that Aiden Wood, one of their really good receivers, is still on the ground. And now he's getting up.
Yeah, it looks like he might have just caught a cramp. They were stretching him out over there on the ground. He got up pretty soon. They got him some water. It looks like he may have caught a cramp. Same thing with number 54 on the offensive line.
Let's hope that that's what it is, because Aiden Wood, we've been calling his name a lot tonight.
Yes, we have, and I think they got to run out with, if they want to try to keep Dryden on the field and maybe try to extend this game, you got to run. You got to have Wood, Hubble, and maybe Richer and Mateski there as well, because Hubble's been doing great all night. As you see him on the top of your screen, there's Soto on the bottom, and Wood is, no, Mateski is under him.
Yeah, if I'm PCC, I might hit this outside route here. If they pass the ball and number 5 goes on the streak, I'm throwing it up there.
See what they do here. Tries to
street.
find it and over the middle, wide open. He goes in, going to the way sideline. They push him out of bounds around the 20-yard line. That is going to be number 81, Cam Mitchell. Massive pickup right there for Pasadena.
He kind of ran across the field. He ran over the middle. All of a sudden, he was trips on bottom. As you see, Mitchell runs across the middle, burns the defender, and he's just like an open space, unhitched the trailer. And number 5, great job from Golden West.
That trailer was still on him. He got caught. That trailer was still on. But that was a great route by 5. He really sold the outside move to get the safety to move just a tad bit, which was enough for him to get into that middle of the zone crease there. And Buckles, what a great find there. I think Buckles needs more recognition for how he is manipulating these safeties with his eyes. I mean, I don't know if you can tell it for the people at home, but he is looking all around the field. And as a safety, you don't know where he's throwing the ball because he's looking all around. It's hard to read a quarterback's eyes who's scanning the entire field.
Yeah, Triplet with the quick run right there. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 9, but Pasadena back in the red zone here at the 20-yard line. Could get another set of downs. And right there, he's going to be caught. And quick.
And a penalty.
And a flag. That is number 0, Josh Soto.
Soto gets rocked by Mills. Niger Mills, let's call him General Mills, for the hit and the war crime he committed on Soto. And that was a big hit right there.
But that was a great play by PCC. The thing I was mentioning earlier was them needing to get away from the short passes and the screens. They did exactly that. And they switched it up on him. They made it look like it was going to be a screen pass and faked it. They faked the blocker and had him run up. Now, even though it wasn't fully open, the safety did kind of recognize it was too little, too late. Luckily enough for them, they even got the tackle. That could have been a touchdown.
Yeah, no, Faulkner comes out of his gym from Jodo to make the tackle right there and save what could have been a big touchdown, and that would have kept at least maybe a minute or two on the clock.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been a big touchdown for PCC, but you're still in great position here.
Again,
and depending on what the penalty is, if it's a personal foul or unsportsmanlike, this could honestly work way better in PCC's favor, because now you have a player who really has to watch what they're doing because they can be ejected.
Yeah, very long discussion here. Here's the call.
Completed pass by the offense. There is no foul for targeting.
So no foul in general, but crowd does not like the call. Let's see a replay of it right here.
Oh, yeah, 5 got caught up. He wasn't even ready. Ooh. I don't think that's targeting. That might just be a grown man hit.
That's just a big old hit.
He might have could have said maybe led with the crown of his helmet, as he did kind of hit Soto kind of in between the jaw and the bottom.
Yeah, the crown of his helmet did make contact. And Coach Tucker, that's probably what Coach Tucker is saying right now. The crown of his head did make contact. But he did kind of lead with the chest and shoulders more. They did create contact. Like, watch. See, first off, that's how it happened. 5's not ready. Easy pass. Thank you for the slowdown, by the way. Love my team.
Right here, big rock.
Yeah. So see, if you look, his head is there, but his shoulder, his left shoulder, you couldn't see because it was behind the defender. That is what first initially made contact. So it's hard to call that a targeting as a ref because you see what first happened. But I mean, the hit and the reaction from the crowd, everybody is. I can see how one thinks it's targeting.
That was one mean shoulder check right there.
That was indeed one of the meanest ones. And if this was hockey, I think everybody's helmet would be off right now, sticks flying.
That's going to be a timeout for Golden West, so it's going to give us a little bit of a breather. And just to analyze this Pasadena drive that we've seen, Pasadena has been finding some big chunk plays. It's something that they've been missing on some past drives where we've been like, this is it. Pasadena's offense needs to find a way to respond here. And the defense has been pulling up and saving them. Pasadena, if the defense was not on their way, they would have been blown out today. But the defense has been giving them in this position. Pasadena with a score right here can cut it down to a one-possession game.
Yeah, this is going to be big for PCC right here. They got to show their grit.
Yes, and PCC, that defense and the special teams have made an impact. But again, we'll go back to that first pick six that got Golden West the lead. That right there, right now is a difference maker. It'd be 21-24 with a chance to tie. Now Pasadena needs to stop, and they need that offense to come back out. And Buckles needs to go back to being the gunslinger that he is and still is right now, as he is marching down this field on General Mills in the defense.
Yeah, Buckles calling in for Richard right there.
He just put Richard out there. I wonder, is he going to give Richard the one-on-one, or is this just a run play and they needed a body?
Yeah, Easy Onye right there, standing next to Buckles. Let's see if they do a handoff. They're going to fake
it is.
And he's going to try to look for Richard. Stumbles right there. Ends up making the pass to his man. That is going to be a touchdown for Jad Richard once again. Pasadena gets the score in the end zone. He was calling for his man. Ends up creating the play right there. Touchdown, Pasadena.
Richard was on number 30. That is Braden Powers. And right there, Richard was open. And even so, he overpowers Powers. And now they're going to go for two.
Attempting the extra point.
Oh, no, they're going to take the extra point. It looked like they're going to go for two. But
you never know it. Hey, Coach Tucker, a.k.a. Dan Campbell, you don't know what he might do, And that was a great play right there. 10 out of 10. Like I said, he called him in. I thought it might be for the one-on-one. Because he specifically called out the receiver. Didn't just call for anybody. He called for a specific receiver. And that was a great way. He kept the play alive. And the way to come back to the ball right there.
Here's
a lot of receivers will just keep
cut
running.
it to a 7-point game. And that one's going to be up. And it's going to be good. Pasadena has life in this one. 8 minutes left on the clock. One-score game versus the second-ranked team in the state.
Yep. And this is, I knew PCC always had the chance to come back. There's a saying that says they didn't beat you, they just got there first. PCC hasn't lost this game. Golden West just got to 28 points first. This game is not over yet. PCC knows it. The other sideline knows it. And now if I'm Golden West, I start to shake a little bit in my boots.
Golden West also has to keep in account that Coach Tucker does not like to actually go into overtime. He likes to try to end it with a win or a loss no matter what. So if Golden West gets held here and Pasadena, if there's still a lot of time left, they may kick the extra point. But if there's not a lot of time left, you may see Coach Tucker go for two and roll the dice. And we'll see if he gets sixes or if he's going to roll snake eyes. And he kind of treats the 2-point and, the final score of the game as kind of like just a coin flip. He always likes to risk it and gamble it that he'll get the 2-point conversion. Last time against Palomar tried to do the exact same thing, and they failed, and they lost by a singular point. So let's see what's going to happen. Will Tucker go for two?
So kickoff going to be a little bit of a squibble right there, and that one's going to be picked up around the 20-yard line. Gets Pasadena's special teams unit into a defensive stance right there, and it's going to work out well around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, you said it best there, and these kicks are getting the special teams in a very defensive position. They're getting people around the ball before anyone can pick up the ball. The worst thing for a kickoff team is that the kick returner can get the ball and get a full head of steam before anybody even catches them, You don't ever want anybody to get just a free run out there, and that's what PCC is doing with these kicks.
Good kick. Also, maybe if they get there fast enough, if the returner fumbles the football, they touch it, and that ball's technically live, which means Pasadena can recover it. So maybe trying to force a little awkward try to handling the ball, and maybe Pasadena could get there. Like number 3 in the backfield.
So it's back on this Pasadena defense to find something. Quarterback
going deep
for Golden West goes deep. He has space right there, and he's going to make the catch. Signaling on his head right there, and he had plenty of space. That is number 1.
Is complete to number 1.
That just to go up and go get it.
J.D. Alisea right there with the catch.
That's a mismatch Valdez, not the tallest defensive back. That was a bomb.
Throw right here. You see, finds that space and just enough. Jumps up and on his head.
Oh, we missing it, y'all.
Missing a play right here.
Y'all missed something great.
A nice sack right there by Pasadena.
That's a big play right there. Valdez was also a part of that, trying to make up for it. Now, Valdez is a very great player. You know, I mean, we know, Aaron. We saw the man score 2 touchdowns, get a pass deflection, ended up being an interception, and get a fumble.
That play that we missed right here. Pressure coming in on the line, and just being able to push back the run attempt right there by Morris.
Like I said, one is on one. A bunch of big players on this defense who can make plays. Valdez is probably the best one who can make a play here. We got to see
Morris
something
is
from
still
him.
back there. He's not going to get the handoff, and it's going to be a quick pass. That's going to be good for a first down for Golden West. That is number 0, someone I have not seen tonight. That's going to be Will McKissick.
That's going to be close to the first down, and now this is big. They need a stop, and they need another blocked field goal to keep it a 1-possession game. Or if they give up the field goal, they need a score, they need a hold for another field goal, and then win it with the touchdown.
Yeah, I thought
that one was going to be easily a first down right here. They're going to have to run the little QB sneak, and that one's going to be good for the first down.
That's big. The clock keeps running, and Golden West is just going to try to keep ticking down the time and then try to kick a field goal to make it 31-21. So it's going to force Pasadena to use an onside kick and gamble it on that one right here. So right now they need a fumble. That's what they need.
You see they crowd the line right there, but I mean, when the Eagles run it, it looks easy and people think it's just that easy, but it's just a hard play or a hard tolling play. Oh wait.
Quick play right here and gets more space on him. Throws that one, unable to make the catch. That is number 4, Tanner Schmidt.
That would have been pretty much the dagger right there if Schmidt catches that one. But slightly overthrown. He goes airborne and just barely gets off his fingertips. And very lucky. That stops the clock.
Yeah,
which means
that's sorry.
Which means it's going to probably another run to get the clock back moving again and kill time so that Pasadena has less of a chance for a comeback.
Yeah, that's not a bad shot to take, like you said. I mean, you can stop the clock and then get the clock right back on. Oh, they airing that ball out.
Here's the pass once again. Has space, and it's going to be still in bounds, so that clock is going to continue to run. That is number 1, Alicia again.
So it looks like they have matchups on the outside that they'd rather do than run the ball, which is very risky.
Yeah. Alicia has been burning Valdez all game long on defense. Valdez has given up multiple big catches to.
Well, we're in a zone look for the Lancers, so you know it's hard out there as a safety for Valdez. We saw what happened when you put him in man and put him in a deep zone, but he's all over the field today.
Another snap, going to be a throw right over the middle. He dropped the ball. Was it good? Let's see what they say. They're saying there's no incomplete pass.
Yeah, as we talk about Valdez, he shows up. Valdez is a great player. I highly doubt that he's going to let that one play get to him. We've seen what he can do. So this is going to be good here. He played it well. Played through the hands, hit the ball out. That's how he got the fumble. He's a very smart, cerebral player. I think that one deep bomb play, he probably went more for the tackle instead of for the pass breakup. But PCC still has a chance in this. Their defense is never out of it, and I never think that they believe that they're out of it.
So they're going to hand it off right here. Take time off the clock and try to find something, and not going to find it there. Morris unable to make the play.
He goes out of bounds, but since he went backwards, clock still runs. But that's big. Pushes them back, which means that it could be a pass right here. Let's take a look at the replay of it, and they just push him out of bounds, and they got him out of bounds, but since his momentum was taking him backwards, clock still rolls.
3rd and 12 right here. It's going to be a big one for this Pasadena defense, because even if you get the field goal here, it kind of opens up your playbook, because you're already going to be down. You need that second score to try to win the game.
Yeah, this isn't, in my opinion, for PCC, this isn't going to change their game plan much.
Let's see here. Tries to just avoid the touchdown at all costs, and that one almost intercepted.
That is big. That was out of bounds. Try to go to Alicia again.
And Valdez was there on the defense and almost got there for the interception. Both of those players aren't the tallest when it comes to their skill position groups. I would say Valdez and Hubble. As you can see, look.
So the special teams unit is going to come out for this one.
Stadium is rocking.
Stadium is rocking. Everyone is up in it. Homecoming game for Pasadena. Saw the last kick be no good. Blocked at the line. Let's see what happens here. Golden West with the pressure on them. They break through. This kick is going to be no good again.
It was tipped at the line. Pasadena, the special teams, has been the game changer all season long.
Special teams, special plays, special players.
Sketching. And now 4 minutes, 42 seconds. They need to drive down the field. They need a touchdown. And then Coach Tucker will decide whether or not to push this game into overtime, or will he try to go for the dagger in the 2 points. We're about to find out if they can manage to make this drive happen.
4 minutes left. Now, you can't just go for it all in one play. There are 4 minutes. You want to try to drain as much clock as you can out of this. Give Golden West, if PCC does score, you want to give Golden West the least amount of time they can have.
Yeah, 4:42 on the clock. If they can take at least 4.5 minutes off it, that'd be very good, giving very little time.
So let's see the offense out there. Buckles tries to make the throw, and it's going to be caught right there near the sideline, and that is going to be number 8, Aiden Wood. We thought that he was injured. You said that it might have been just a cramp, and right there, he looks good, makes that catch.
Yeah, shout out to the trainers here at PCC. You know, we got some of the best trainers. Anytime anybody gets injured in the game, they always come back in, it looks like. This is a great thing. I saw him getting rolled down. Was really worried about it because we're going to need him for this comeback.
Let's see what they can work with here. Oh, dangerous pass right there. That one was just nowhere near its intended target, Josh Soto. And that was Brandon Soleil.
I think it may have got tipped at the line possibly because that, I mean, coming out of his hand and how it ended up at the receiver, it didn't even look like it was consistent. So that had to have been maybe tipped. I think they're starting to try to figure out where Buckles is going. I think he's going to have to switch it up a little bit, switch gears. Maybe try that the fake screen thing again because they're trying to corral on that underneath route once again. That was 3rd and 6.
Also, they did bring a kind of overload that right side of the line, and that may have gotten to him.
See what Buckles tries to find, running out of time towards that end zone. Big hit right there. Number 5 comes up with a catch to move the sticks.
Maddox Mateski right there.
That's a smart play by Buckles, too. He could have ran the ball there, but that smart pass it to your receiver. Don't take any unnecessary hits because even if they hit you out of bounds and they get the call, you still felt the hit. So that was very smart. Get it to a skilled player who's more suited to take those.
So 4 minutes left on the clock, still ticking. Maddox, nice little catch and trying to signal, and it's going to be another flag, false start on the offense.
That looks like it's Aiden Wood.
PCC's foot looks like Swiss cheese right now, the way they've been shooting themselves in it. It's getting ridiculous. You know, they took a break from the penalties, but when you need it the most, Wood came back in, you know, just couldn't hold his water there. Got a little too antsy.
13 penalties on the day for Pasadena, only 8, well, only 8 for Golden West.
That's going to push them back on this first down attempt. 1st and 15 now for Pasadena. They're going to need to find something in this drive. Might be the last chance for this offense to try to tie it up or even go for the lead. And right here, Buckles throws it away, and that's going to be most likely an intentional grounding call. Let's see what they saw. A flag get thrown.
It's going to be a holding call on Pasadena, and let's see what they're going to,
This could be really bad for PCC.
Golden West could either accept the penalty, and it's the first and a Walmart parking lot, or it could be 2nd down, and it's still 15 yards. Let's see what they're going to do.
They're going to accept that.
Yeah, push them back even more, so.
Holding, offense number 67, 10 yards from the previous spot, 1st down.
1st and 25 is what Pasadena is looking at here. Have to get 1/4 of the total field for this 1st down.
Jake Adkins called for that holding, and now it's really, really bad for 1st and 25. No more running. It's all pass, no breaks.
Offense needs a big chunk play right here, and they're going to get some yardage back with this nice little pass to number, 81. That is going to be Cam Mitchell.
And those are the type of passes you want, but you want something deeper, honestly. You would like to go a little bit deeper in the field, especially being at, 6 and 15, I think, or 2nd and 15, sorry. You're going to want something a little deeper. Curl routes are nice, but they can always corral. They keep the clock moving. It's really hard to maneuver through that. But PCC is taking some good time off right here. So if they can keep this momentum, they can do something great.
Yeah, 2nd and 17 now. Pasadena, if they can come away with this first down, it would be an impressive way to continue this drive. Has to shovel it right there. Had 2 guys coming in, and that was just not going to go anywhere. I think, TJ, you wanted to call on that.
I sure did want to call right there. There's no point for them to slam him. I mean, he's corralled by 3 different Golden West defenders. You're a white hat. You're standing right in front of him. You got to be able to see that. You got to blow the whistle dead, because that just gets players hurt, honestly. And even without the penalty, that's just something that can get a player hurt. You can't just – you don't want that.
3rd down.
Yeah, Coach Tucker's aggressive coach. Do you say that this is 4th down territory? If you don't get it,
it's got to be.
It's got to be, right?
If you want to win the game, this is 4th down territory, because you cannot, especially with under 2 minutes left, you cannot give Golden West the ball and expect to get it back. You have to put everything that you want into this drive right now.
Yeah,
think of the win as Christmas, right? PCC is the Grinch. You got to go in there and steal that thing, dog. You can't just let them take it. You got to go in there and get it.
2-minute warning hits, and these next 2 minutes will be very, very pivotal to decide who will exit the stadium. Will Pasadena make the upset and give Golden West a blemish on their record, or will Golden West continue to remain undefeated? Pasadena City College, Performing and Communicating Arts Division presents Dracula at the Main Stage Theater, with several performances from October 7th to October 25th. Based on the novel by Bram Stoker and directed by PCC's own Susan Hunt Jenner. It's it's stylish, dramatic, and timeless. Scan the QR code for more information. But back to what I was saying about the 2-minute warning, this last 2 minutes of this game, it's going to be very pivotal. 18 yards they have to get. If you can get about 10 to 15 of those in one play, make it a 4th and short, like a 4th and 5 or a 4th and 3. That'll be very, very helpful. And even then, you have to go hurry up, because you do not have clock to play with. The clock is your enemy.
Golden West is going with a 3-man front here, putting everybody back into coverage. This is a form of prevent.
So 3rd down, you're just trying to cut down. You know it's going to be 4th down territory. Let's see, Buckles has 2 guys, just the whole pocket collapse, makes the pass out to Triplet, and he's not going to go anywhere. Gets a late hit, too, by number 2.
Yeah, I'm a defensive guy, so I'm a big fan of hitting and things like that, but it's getting to the point where at the end of every play, it's someone's getting hit at the end, and as a ref, you have to be able to control that. That is something that you need to get under control. You can't be having players just hitting each other after that. I mean, he was essentially on the ground right there, and then he came in and hit him. If it's the NFL, they fined him for $500,000 probably.
6 yards.
So another timeout for Pasadena, as this is going to be the game. 4th down and forever for Pasadena. They're going to need a prayer to get this one. I've been mentioning prayers before. They've been getting them on defense. They've been getting turnover after turnover after turnover.
Let's see
when they need it.
Let's see. Golden West actually blitzed 4. They rushed 4. Maybe this time they rushed 5. Try to force a quick throw into maybe like double coverage, or they could do what the Titans did in the 2019 Wild Card, where they just sent nobody and just put everybody back there. You don't even have defensive linemen. You just throw people back there. You just put like 12 DBs or like 4 linebackers, 8 DBs. Just throw them all back and see what happens. But looks like they're gonna actually run out with a defensive line. They have number 0 in there.
Yeah, if I'm Golden West, honestly, I'm sending heat again. It's been proven that we can turn up the heat, and they can't handle being in the kitchen sometimes. I'm gonna really put the pressure on Buckles. Make me show you that you make us have to believe in your throwing ability. Right now, they're relying on their D-line to get there. Buckles hasn't had to really extend the field too far. This is a 4th and 12. This is as far as he's gonna have to extend all night.
Let's see, will Buckles rise to the occasion? Or will Golden West hold and remain undefeated.
5 on the
Buckle
line.
under the
Buckles
pressure.
is going to need to find something here. Drops back for the snap. Has a guy cut through.
had it.
Having to go out to the offside. Throws it.
Intercepted.
And that one's going to be intercepted by Golden West.
Yeah, you don't like. I mean, he had a guy for a split second. Oh, flags came out. It's going to be after the play, but
Yeah.
still.
Flags after the play for taunting, but that seemingly is going to be it. Pasadena has 2 timeouts left, so if they can get to a quick stop here.
Now, I'm not going to say it's fully over. We saw Golden West last drive throw the ball a lot more than they should have. And maybe they probably won't do it as much, but if you can hold them down to second down and use your 2 timeouts, get them to second down, easily I think PCC can still have a chance at this. I don't think that it's fully over for them yet.
We've also seen PCC force fumbles from these running backs, so that is never out of the question.
Pass for Pasadena. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Oh, it was no
Golden West,
interception,
number
just
21.
incomplete.
15-yard penalty. That's his first for potential disqualification. First down, Golden West.
I think maybe Buckles could have maybe ran that and tried to test and dive to maybe get the first down, like you were saying, I believe. But then again, making the throw, tried his best. But
He did have someone open over the left side of the field here. Got behind the back safety, but he had to roll out. And as soon as he got open, that's as soon as he had to roll out. And they missed that timing right there. And then by that time, the DBs had recovered. He had to throw it into double coverage. I mean, pressure was coming. You can't really ask for too much. They've been keeping the pressure on him all night. I mean, he's been doing a great job of just allocating it. He hasn't taken as many sacks as he really should have. Crowd getting rowdy, too.
Yeah, you got to give it up, though, for Golden West. Their defensive line, they were putting pressure on Buckles every single snap.
play.
He did not have any time to even breathe in that pocket, having to use his legs or make those quick passes right here. So let's see what Golden West does.
Yeah, if I'm PCC,
Crowd is
I'll
in
load
it.
the box here.
See Aaron Mitchell still cutting through, and he's going to get that first down.
that's going to be 1 timeout burnt. They now need a fumble. They need to punch that ball out, and they need to strip it or something like that.
Pasadena.
Yeah, you can no longer hope that they may run out of time and have to punt the ball, or not run out of time, but run out of downs and have to punt the ball. Now you need somebody on defense to be the big boy and make a play.
Or you need the center to snap the ball over the quarterback's head.
That would be something that would be very useful for us. We could really use a big play like that.
So yeah, time running out for Pasadena. The ball is not even in their hands. All they can do is just kind of watch and have hope that something can go wrong. Golden West side.
Yeah, I still believe in this team, though. I mean, a minute 32 is not a lot of time, but we have seen this team get stops when it seemed like there was no point, no time left. We saw last game, against Bakersfield. They came up with a clutch fumble right there, and it looked like the player was already about to be down. So this is going to it's going to take some grit and some grind, but, man, I still believe in PCC. I told you I put the house on it. I ain't taking my bet back.
Hey, there's the marching band right there. But going back to what we said, this game isn't over. When the Niners and the Rams played last Tuesday, the Rams were marching down the field, and the Niners punched the football out to help save the lead, or save the tie. So maybe, I'm sorry, Aaron, I know you're a Rams fan. Sorry to bring up painful memories, but maybe that's something that's going to happen. The Lancers need some 49ers-esque magic.
Yeah, we want to see them hold
See right here, Mitchell having 2 hands on the ball, trying not to drop it. That one.
Yeah, the best thing that PCC can hope for is a gang tackle. Everybody surround him, hold him up, and then go get the strip. These one-on-ones, it's hard to get a fumble on one-on-one. Not everybody is Charles Tillman. You know, you can't always get that peanut punch in.
Yeah, that is true. And also they're running to the sides, not running towards the middle. So it all depends on really where the halfback is. Will he try to run a counter, or will he try to run a sweep?
If they run, I mean, I do like the fact that they're going outside for PCC, because the more outside you can get, you kind of try to force them to get out of bounds. You can kind of try to see what you can do, but going straight up the middle, the best you can hope for is a fumble, because if they go up straight up the middle, no time's going to be taken, or no time will be stopped. Time's going to keep ticking. It's going to take off more time. PCC got to do something big here. Charles Tillman, come take over the PCC defense, please. Put your spirit of the peanut punch into the PCC defense.
Yeah, time, massive factor. If Golden West can get first down here, it is over for Pasadena. It'll be their second loss here at home, but right now, this is going to be it for Pasadena. Let's see what happens.
Big play right here.
See Mitchell in the backfield. And then Kamakavevoole. His name has been a handful all day, but trying my best.
He's been a handful all day.
He has been.
Getting up out of puck. And he has a hand brace on at that. He has like a little thumb brace on. It hasn't seemed to impact him much, and it looks like they're just going to need the ball out here.
Yeah, if they do that, it's going to get down to around 4 seconds left on the clock, so no way for Pasadena. You see the guy diving at the bottom trying to snag the little
the spike there.
Yeah.
Or sorry, actually, yeah, they're just kneeing it. There is no snag. But, I mean, this is a great game from PCC against the number 2 team ranked, number 1 ranked team in the conference. This just if this doesn't put the conference on notice, I don't know what will. Golden West just put up 50 points last game. Now we held them to 28. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think they scored in the 4th quarter. I think they got another one in the 3rd. And I'm not entirely sure if they scored in the 4th, but this is a great showing from PCC. They had a few mistakes. The penalties is really what killed them here. PCC can learn a lot from this, and this is definitely not the end. I can see these two meeting in the playoffs.
This is going to be it right there. That kneel out is going to take us directly right around that 1 second mark left on the clock, so it should be it. Both teams realizing that this one is over. Coach Tucker walks onto the field.
It was a hard-fought game from Pasadena. That pick 6 at the beginning it turned out to be the difference maker in this one. And Pasadena, the offense stalls, and they lose another one-score game. The second one-scoring game loss of the season here at home. First one was at Saddleback. And that's unfortunate, as the timer will now hit, the clock will hit 0. It is final. 28 for Golden West, 21 Pasadena. Golden West will remain undefeated, as their quest to be undefeated the entire season will still continue as they beat last year's undefeated team.
So yeah, what a game we saw there. Pasadena stayed in it till the end, no matter what. They had multiple opportunities. You know, honestly, there was multiple times where I thought that one would be over.
Yeah.
And they just kept dragging this out. You see the handshakes going on for a while, but definitely thought Pasadena had some opportunities in here in a game where they were clearly the underdog.
Yeah, they had. I mean, this is definitely an underdog game. You know, they came into our field. Everybody had them high ranked. I mean, number 2 in the state. You don't get that for no reason. They were 5-0 coming into this. PCC knew what they were going up against. But today, the biggest challenge was the penalties, without a doubt. I mean, without these penalties, I think we racked up over 100 yards off of straight penalties. So without those penalties, PCC just, I could see their offense flourishing. I mean, you saw on the game-winning, on the last drive that they had, the second to last drive, they got a big gain, then got a negative penalty, then they got a sack. Then it was like, well, now it's 3rd and 28 when it was just 1st and 10. So it's hard to deal with those discrepancies and those hard things in football.
Yeah, those penalties definitely hurt Pasadena. They had some key opportunities that were just thrown back at them, unable to make anything out of that because, you know, you described they shot themselves in the foot there. But it also goes the other way. Golden West also blessed Pasadena with some opportunities here. Both teams, not the best coached game for penalties wise. False starts, though, definitely hurt Pasadena. Just even before they even got to snap the ball, you're going back 5 yards, something that's going to be worked on in the future.
Yes, definitely. Both coaches probably a little disappointed at how their players were disciplined. A lot of personal fouls, like you guys said, a lot of false starts. There's a lot of holdings, and there's a lot of really maybe late hits that weren't called, but if they were, that would have been very big. And so both teams, while Golden West remains undefeated, yes, they still have a lot to clean up as they let Pasadena get back into this game. And if things had turned out the way they had on Pasadena's final drive, they could be either staying at a tie as we're going to overtime, or it could be a 29-28 game with Pasadena beating them and taking them off the undefeated streak. But like you guys said, I agree with what you guys said. I did say some of the play calling, though, on those like the second and longs and those third and longs was kind of baffling to me. We also saw it last year where Coach Tucker did the same thing with some of those third downs and second downs of just long. I know I was commentating with another guy. His name is David. But that did happen, and it seems like they know what works, but they also stick to it so much that they kind of hardly deviate from it, because they do a lot of the plays that they play this year were also in last year's playbook with a different team.
Yeah, this was a tough game. I mean, I like the variety in play call we start to see at the end. they kind of start to stretch the field. But then what you saw again in crunch time, they had to go back to the shorter throws and had to go back to curl routes and things like that. And it's hard to win when you can't stretch the field. It's hard to win when your run game's not working and you only really had, all they really had was those short routes. They had a couple of big plays that came in and helped them at the end, but total, they weren't really throwing the ball super deep. It's kind of like the Eagles, how they do Jalen Hurts. He doesn't really throw the ball super deep, but they still get the wins. And this is kind of how it was for PCC. They're used to getting the wins and not having to stretch the ball as much. So we're just going to have to see what PCC learns from this game.
Yeah, I think a great thing to take away from this game, though, is Pasadena has the hustle on defense. Defense has been standout in the second halves of games. In the start of this one into third, we've had that streak going on with scoreless thirds, and then they just lost that. But then after being able to respond back, and then Pasadena's defense looked lights out. Being also special teams, the field goal unit protecting the field or stopping blocking field goals has been just crazy impressive.
Yeah, no, the field goals getting blocked was very good for Pasadena. That kept them in this game. But I just want to say the defense, like I said, they played great. They had a tough task facing this offense, and they actually held their own. Besides that third quarter, they held their own, and they kept this team in the game.
And close game.
So, overall, it's just been very well.
We're going to go down onto the field with an interview with Coach Tucker, get his remarks on this one.
Hi, my name is Mariana Cardenas. I'm here with the head coach, Robert Tucker. After a tough game against Golden West. Coach, what are your main takeaways from tonight's game?
Just really proud of the guys. Like, they really battled. We just got so much heart in fighting us, so I'm just really proud of them for not, that game could have got away from us, but it didn't. We've shown that every game. So we're learning, we're competing, and so just really proud of them. This is a really well-coached team, and obviously number 2 in the state and number 1 in SoCal, but when you play good teams like this, you just can't make the mistakes, right? And so we just had too many of those tonight, and got to go back and just become more efficient and keep working hard. But proud of our grit, though. Really proud.
Yeah, it was a pretty close game, and they kept fighting until the end.
Yeah.
What do you think they did well despite the results?
I think just that. I just think the mentality of, regardless of the situation, that it's all about the response. When good things happen, what's your response when bad things happen? So I think that's the biggest thing. And we played toe-to-toe to one of the best teams in Southern California. I think our guys should. To me, there's no moral victories ever. You just you earn it or you don't. But I will say this: we didn't win tonight, but we have winners on our team, and I think that's the most important thing. And these guys battled and competed, and I just think we're just going to learn. We have that mindset where we know we can fall forward. We don't have to. We're not going to let this team beat us twice. We're going to fall forward, learn from our mistakes, and make adjustments and get better next week.
And I'm pretty proud of the team. As well as you said, they are winners every day in their classroom, with their family, at school. And what's your main message to your players as you prepare for next week?
I think the biggest thing is, they have that grit, which is hard. That stuff that their parents have instilled in them for a long time, and we reinforce here. So I think they got that grit about them. They have that fight to them. And now what we have to do is just really master the details. Just master, we talk a lot on defense, just our first step, our aiming point, where our hands are, where our eyes are at. Where do we finish? Do we finish on their top shoulder or below them? So to me, it just goes back to understanding the finer details of our sport, and they just have to be very detailed oriented and understand, hey, we didn't not make this play because they're better than us. It's because we didn't utilize the right technique, or we didn't use in that situation. So there's reasons for everything. And for us, a lot of us, that's part of the education, right? We just got to teach them, these are the reasons. This is why this happened. Good and bad, right? Good and bad. This is why you had success on this play. This is why you didn't have success on this other play. And I just think if we just keep that growth mindset, good things are happening. This team's not done. We're going to fight. And I'm telling you, we're going to make it really, really tough in our conference for everybody.
We're not still defeated, and it's all about strategies. I've seen you behind scenes, how you're always letting them know each movement, and I'm pretty proud of your team. And as you said, they're winners, and all the best for Lancers.
Yeah, absolutely. And just so proud of them. And, you know, the one thing you're not going to see us is, you know, guys pointing fingers and blame. We always talk about it, you know, like you said, winners, right? Well, those that are not winners usually typically blame, complain, and explain their way through things. And that cannot be part of their makeup, and it's not. And that's why they're winners, because they don't blame, complain, explain. They find a way, and they'll find a way to get better from this game.
And they have an amazing team and coach behind them, so we're very proud of them.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Go Lancers.
Go Lancers!
Okay, coming back here, that was a great interview out there. Thank you to Coach Tucker for standing there out with us. It was a tough game for them, coming away with the loss. So Pasadena is going to even out their record. It's going to be 3-3 for them now, and so they have a game next week at Cerritos. How do you plan out that one?
I think this is going to be a big bounce back for PCC. I like what Coach Tucker said. You know, he said this isn't the end, and I love what he said about the losers thing. You know, losers complain, explain, and what was the last one? Complain, explain, and something else saying.
I was going like,
and blame.
That's a great
sorry,
line,
blame, explain, and complain. I really like that from him. In the way he talked about this loss, I can tell that they're going to learn from this. He said no one's pointing fingers. He said there are things we got to fix. And my favorite part, he said we're going to make things hard for people in this conference. That was one of my favorite things I took away from that. And I know they're going to go into Cerritos with a mean attitude and want to get their revenge.
So next time we'll see them here at home is the 25th of October, right before Halloween. It's going to be against Fullerton, so we're going to be here, hopefully live streaming that one. Unless something goes wrong, we should be live streaming that one. Oscar, any final remarks on this game?
With the last 4 games of the season, hopefully if they at least win 2, they'll go at least be 500. But I think they're going to try to push and maybe win all 4 and sweep the last of the games to finish out the season 7-3. So we'll see what happens. Of course, the next month of football for them was going to be very difficult to tell what will happen. But if they take what they learned from this loss and apply it well, and this team can be very dangerous.
So yeah, overall, what a game we saw here tonight. And before we wrap it all up, I want to give a shout out to the people who are not only on camera, but the people behind the camera. You know, we have a whole crew here that makes this thing possible. It allows us to have these productions that you guys are able to watch. And I want to thank everyone here as well as people watching at home. This has been a great game.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun here. Shout out to the crew. Indeed, shout out to the crew. Can't do anything without them.
Yeah, so my name is Aaron Serrano.
I'm Oscar Zayas.
I'm TJ Collins.
And have a good rest of your night, everyone.